And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, not live in PPRN studio, our host Cupcake the Riddler is going to be giving us the start of the show.
That was terrible.
It was awful.
That's pretty funny.
Welcome to Getting Spoiled Drunk. Live from the couch, the chair. I guess Max is in ISO. And Kendall is at the PPRN Radio Network.
Yep.
Kendall, you suck.
I'm your host, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
She unwatchable.
Nope.
I'm Couch Potato Souls.
I'm the Master's Massey.
And I'm the Rat of a Red Baron.
You know, it's weird. I can see Mark, but I'm used to seeing a pole.
So it was funny because I asked Kendall to give us a little roundup thing at the end of the intro, and he did it in the beginning and not the end.
I had a plan in my head.
We didn't do the music.
Well, the thing is, I don't even know if you guys are going to hear music.
It doesn't matter. It's part of the show.
I know. So I'm going to have to figure out something during the break.
We didn't start the fire.
Perfect.
Right.
Just on repeat.
So,
Well.
yeah. The whole time, all I'm going to want to talk about on this show is what I'm seeing. They can't see it. So.
I'm still saying Kendall should stream it.
Well, Kendall can't because he's going to be too busy taking 45 breaks so he can go stream himself into a cup.
No.
Oh, we should do it live on Twitch.
Dude,
Kyle?
Max, you probably have it.
I do. I can stream us live on Twitch. Hold on.
Yeah.
Mike's like, oh.
He's gone.
Come on,
Hold on one second.
No, I'm coming.
Let's see. Do I have OBS? I do.
Our dumpster fire.
Hey guys, deal with us while we get this sorted and settled.
Toast of excellence. Kyle, why don't you go first?
Mine is to Todd Gurley for joining the Atlanta Falcons after Mock said he wasn't going to.
Yeah, he called you dumb.
Well, you know,
He did call me dumb.
I did not call you dumb.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
So, dummy.
Still you, Kyle.
I don't think
but-
I did.
You did.
I don't think I called you dumb.
Max,
You would do it anyway.
My toast of excellence is, I guess, to the LA Rams for actually kind of getting their redesign right. They kept the royal blue and yellow, so thank God for that.
My toast of excellence is to the...
did you toast of excellence to the chicken here?
I'm sorry? Is it echo?
Getting some echo.
Oh, it's Rebecca screwing around. I don't
Hey,
know.
you told me to do it.
In silence, to the great
Seneca Wallace.
Brian Hoyer getting another shot in the NFL with another team.
Who did you say?
My toast.
Sounds like you
Oh, sorry.
Did you say Brian Hoyer?
Oh, I did.
Mock?
My toast is to Denver Nugget Jamal Murray. I don't know if you guys saw this. He was hacked.
Oh, yeah.
Posted like a blowjob video. It's like, oh yeah, check that out.
Whoop, wasn't me.
Whoops, sorry.
Kyle's looking it up now.
All right, xnxx.com.
Kyle's looking it up. Oh, he just took a screenshot, and now he's sending it to the group chat saying, which college did this dick go to?
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Kentucky.
Week-long. No. Actually, yeah.
No.
It is.
No.
It is Kentucky.
Oh, not that. No, not the bonus. No, no points on that.
Mock is on the clock, by the way.
Yeah, I know Mock's on the clock.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Cal, we're doing the show now.
You're going to lose out on a point, bro. It's not my problem.
Just look it up on your phone.
I know, but I didn't ask enough questions, and I'm trying to leave the screens up so I can see everybody.
Well, wait.
You have multiple pieces of technology. You can Google it from another one.
What do you guys?
So the problem is, I left my iPad at work.
What do you guys sip on?
Wow. Patron and iced tea.
Wait, together?
Yes.
Really?
We're Red Dog.
Very mass drink.
Oh, did you drink out of one of those stadium plastic cups? Kyle,
It's one of the biggest cups I have.
The people at home can't see you.
I know, but my cat.
So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Next Coast IPA from Goose Island Station, Chicago, Illinois.
Kyle, did you buy that beer?
Philadelphia.
Kyle, did you buy that beer?
No. He's
All right.
who's got a basement full of beer that that everyone bought for him.
What?
Well, you talk back to me, sir.
I didn't bring up the rat thing, but it was implied. From Relic Brewing, Violet Ray.
You're gonna hate that beer, I guarantee it.
I might.
So real quick, I know the listeners can't see it, but the camera on Paul and Kyle looks like the worst intro to Good Mythical Morning.
That's pretty funny.
I'm definitely more red than
If we gave Kyle a pair of glasses, it would be the perfect like Rhett and Link scenario. Because Paul's got like the hair thing going.
Let's talk about that.
Will it smell?
Will it beer?
Talk about that. You want to start a new show called like Good Catholic Afternoon?
I like that.
Salute, gentlemen. Or Paul, what do you got?
Oh yeah, let's go fuck yourself, Mark. Jesus.
I'm sorry, I thought you already went.
I'm drinking the county.
Which one?
New Haven?
No, Litchfield.
Blech.
I'm drinking this year's actually, the 2019.
Oh, you know what? I have another toast to excellence.
I wasn't
If
done.
we could. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. I'm drinking these because actually quite adjacent to me in Kyle's closet, there's 3 boxes full of these, and I can drink as many of them as I want.
Eh?
The problem isn't going to be the amount of beers that I drink. The problem is going to be trying to convince myself to get out of the couch. Because Kyle and I still have to go to McDonald's after this. I don't know why Mock's laughing. We're scooping him up first.
Oof. I need that
That's funny.
McFlurry, man.
All right,
Where's
let's
that, Kyle?
see.
We're going to West Haven.
They're going to West Haven. Toast them.
Salute.
Crack, 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 crack.
Yeah, so for those listeners that haven't figured it out yet, due to the COVID-19, the state of Connecticut has put a kind of a shutdown on things, and we took it upon ourselves to start doing this in a remote setting. If you're wondering why everyone, the video thing, you can't see it, but you'll notice through audio and through conversations, Kyle and I are together, but everybody else is separate. That's because Kyle and I are lovers. And there's so,
Just rolled out of bed.
It's
Actually,
actually,
if you guys want, Kyle, you want to make those guys feel really uncomfortable, you should kiss me while they watch it on the screen, because then they're gay. There's no way they're not gay if they're watching it.
I'm not actually looking at the screen right now.
Here's the
No.
smell. Well, this guy's wearing a hard hat. A little baseball hat.
Found a helmet.
Yeah, it's got to feel good.
Hurts my head a whole bunch.
Yeah, look at the ears flexing out.
So for the foreseeable future, this is how we're going to be doing business here. And I didn't do my toast excellence, which is the Kendall, the rat,
Thank you.
790-706.
for venturing out into the dirty COVID world.
You're welcome.
No, Rebecca didn't do anything. She's just
Yeah,
driving.
I took a boat here, by the way.
Boats are better than trains.
Well, I took the boat on land. It was because it was raining.
Want to know what's funny though? In a severe situation, you could use the boat on land. There's no situation that you could use a train in the ocean.
Yeah, no.
So that sounds like point boat.
And airplanes have wheels, and they make airplanes that land on water. So airplanes and boats are better than trains. Rebecca, get your pasty Casper-looking self off the piano. Looks like you're being haunted by, like, some old lady that used to churn butter for a living.
Can you give me some space? We have a whole room, and you're right on my lap.
I'm not on your lap. God, you said you were going to be nice to me.
I am being nice.
No,
I am being nice.
Oh,
you guys are getting married. Calm down.
actually, not this yet.
Yes, we are.
Nah, Ned will not say no more weddings.
So,
Can you imagine?
We'll just have to cycle people in 10 at a time.
All right, you're next. All right, you're next. All right, you're next.
Hey, Matsy, are we live on Twitch?
I'm working on it right now.
What about Twat? Are we live on Twat?
No, but we're live on Spreaker.
Nice. The shameless plug. He knows it.
We are now live on Twitch.
Yeah.
All right,
Hello,
I'm gonna
Twitch.
double check and make sure that I can actually hear us on Twitch. Hold on.
So do we get money now?
No.
Why?
You have to take your shirt off for that.
Oh my!
What happens, Kendall, is instead of paying us, they just ship beer at Mass's house, and then Mass dumps it out on video back.
All right, Mass, you're off the show. I didn't realize that was true.
Or Ninja.
Or both.
Devin Ninja?
Devin Ninja.
I think if you can.
All right. I gotta double check on the actual audio source.
Wow, what a terrible. Kyle's just taking shots at Devin Functions. We're talking about Twitch beef now. So, Kendall, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So, if it comes down to it next year, if it's here, we're going to talk about this. So, if it comes down to Patriots Bucks next year, what's going on in your head?
I'm rooting for the Buccaneers.
Hatred for the Patriots is more
Because-
than Tom.
Right, I hate the Patriots more than Tom Brady.
Mark, I'd also like to ask a question. If the Patriots manage to stumble their way out of a playoff spot and the Buccaneers make it to the playoffs, will you retract your system quarterback statement?
So me and Kyle already discussed this, and yeah, that would make me wrong, I guess.
Even though quarterback's the system quarterback, just saying.
But I wouldn't retract the statement.
You wouldn't have to. Kyle and I would make sure that you know that the world knows you were wrong.
All right.
I'm gonna buy you, Kyle, or you're gonna buy me a Brady / Chris Godwin combo jersey, which has both their names on it.
Tom Godwin.
Did you guys see the thing where Josh McCown was saying how like the greatest thing he ever contributed to the NFL
Yes.
was having his face photoshopped off for other players that wear his number because it was like happened like 4 times in the past 2 years.
It was so good. It was him and then like Odell Beckham for the Browns.
Yeah,
And then-
and
I hate when they make that noise. It's only all the time. Yeah.
so I mean, I pretty much plan to have a game show this week, so I don't know what you guys want to talk about. We ain't doing it.
well, Kyle, recap some free agency for us.
Well, Todd Gurley signed with the Falcons. If you guys weren't aware of that.
Son of a bitch.
The Bears signed Martavius Mingo last night.
1.19, baby.
Matt, pull it up.
What am I pulling up?
Pulling up all the free agency stuff. You spit it out. Talk about it.
I'm busy trying to get us on Twitch.
All right, fuck Twitch.
Mark, pull it up.
All right.
Kyle, I'm on my phone.
Fuck
Free
Twitch, man.
agency signings.
Who's the
Well, the Bears made a splash trade.
yeah. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
All right.
All right, let's see. 2020 free agency tracker. Cowboys center Travis Frederick retired today.
So we're going backwards.
Yeah, we go back.
Did we talk about that?
Well, what's happened between today and our last show?
All right, let's see. When was our last show? What was the date?
It was the 16th.
All right.
For anyone who may be tuning in for the first time tonight,
This is
sorry.
This is no different than any of our shows when we were together. Except we dress nicer.
Let's see. March 16th was the last day.
Yes.
All right. So since then, the Giants have signed Blake Martinez on a 3-year deal.
Yep.
Let's see. Nate Sudfeld went to the Eagles. Jordan Phillips signed a 3-year deal with the Cardinals. Tom Brady officially went to the Bucks. Chase Daniels signed a 3-year deal with the Lion.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Robert Quinn went to the Bears. The Rams signed Leonard Floyd. Teddy Bridgewater signed with the Panthers. Corey Littleton went to the Raiders. Jordan Howard went to the Dolphins. Malcolm Jenkins went to the Saints.
Real quick, I love to see Sean Payton was like, oh, that was the worst mistake we ever made. Like, that's like the biggest publicity thing you could possibly say. Like, oh yeah, we're so glad that you're back. We never would have let you go. Like, shut up. Drives me nuts.
I just hate Sean Payton in general, so there's that. Let's see. So Brian Beluga went to the Chargers. Rivers went to the Colts.
Talk about that.
Okay.
A lot of Colt fans are pissed about that.
Why?
They just hate Philip Rivers like that.
So the only thing I can think, because didn't he sign a 1-year deal?
Yeah.
Yes.
So unless they plan to like draft somebody this year, it seems like weird. That it seems odd that, all right, if Philip Rivers comes in and plays well, say they make the playoffs, then they kill their draft stock next year.
Well,
Or then just if he sucks, then your team sucked. Like,
well, I wonder too on his part. I mean, is he looking like? I wonder what his aspirations are for playing out a career. Is like, do I want to play? Like, does he intend to play multiple years in different places, or like, why not seek a deal out for a multi-year deal? Why sign a 1 year to just go somewhere else? I'm just kind of confused with where he's at versus where the team's at.
It's odd. Go ahead, Kyle.
It's a chance to win. The Colts have the roster to do it now.
It is, but that's what I mean. That's why the 1 year thing. If I was a Colts fan, I'd be looking at that as okay, we might be good next year, but what's beyond that? Especially in a division that, to me, is kind of wide open, and they're one of the better teams in that division.
I guess
so you just kind of want more assurance.
Say that again, Kyle.
They could be the Snakes next year and take Deshaun Watson away from them next year free agency.
So I guess there's some. Is there any part of you guys thinking? So, let's say the Colts go 13-3 this year and they get knocked out in the divisional round. Does Rivers resign, or does like another 1 year, or does he go elsewhere? Does he retire? Is this kind of like a hey, let's see what happens now, and then that's it?
That's what I mean. Like, from the fan side, I would not feel great, and not that I would have Philip Rivers. Is that it's just this 1 year uncertainty. You don't know what it's going to bring.
Well, he's better than Jacoby Brissett.
We are live on Twitch, by the way.
That's what I'm saying, though, Kyle. Like, I'm not saying Rivers can't be successful there, but if you're the fan and you're saying, okay, we signed him for 1 season, it's just it can't make you feel good knowing or not knowing the future.
Mock.
Yes.
I'm going to post to you the Twitch link on Facebook.
Okay.
So you can post it from the...
Yep, I got you.
And then, I was saying this before, how Christian was last year. Get Teddy Bridgewater dumping it off to him. Boy, is he in for a number increase. Which is already hard. It was so good last year.
Well, I think he's you're talking about Bridgewater?
Yeah.
I don't think he has potential to go top 10, like top 10 quarterbacks in the league. But I think he's enough to be able to stabilize that franchise while they rebuild. But you're never going to get the next quarterback when Bridgewater's playing because you're always going to be picking in the mid-tiers.
Well, I think they're looking for... Right now, the Panthers are in a situation where the Saints, the Buccaneers, you can technically say the Falcons, are in a win now mode, and then 3 years down the line, they're trying to get their roster to surpass them.
Right.
So once their window's closed, now you got the Panthers.
So I agree with what you're saying, Kyle, and for that reason, they're going to trade McCaffrey within the next couple of years.
I would agree with that.
Well, I guess
You're going to have to. You're going
but
to have to.
Why wait then? I mean, I think his stock is not going to improve in 6 years.
No, that's what I mean. Like within the next 2 years, so it could happen this year. Like if they're gearing up for 3 to 4 years from now, then you have to trade McCaffrey for assets.
I mean,
because you're going to waste him.
Right. I mean, I could be wrong. You know, there's some guys that have longevity over an entire career and are fairly dominant. We see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a hater or a doubter, but I feel like if you're going to do that, why wait?
Exactly.
I mean
That's good
Bless
for the
you.
Corona right into the hand.
Hey, you going to share that, man?
I don't know if it's smart to trade McCaffrey right now. I guess this right now is the best time to do it. But, I mean, you want to get it at a time where it's going to let you gear up at the right time to make that run. You know what I mean?
4 quarterback moves this year.
Say it again, Paul. I'm sorry.
The Panthers are on pace to make 4 different quarterback decisions this year.
Well, they just traded Kyle Allen,
Yeah, and then they signed
the kid from the XFL. Yeah.
then they signed Bridgewater, and they're going to trade Cam.
Yeah.
Who's they trade Kyle Allen to?
Redskins. So you just brought up Cam, Paul. What do you guys think happens with him?
I think that the Bears cut Trubisky.
I'll tell you that.
What do you got, a typewriter over there?
You're mad at that keyboard.
My keyboard's just very clacky.
Is that the Merriam-Webster definition?
Even when we're not in the studio, you make a lot of noise.
You know what?
There's no way.
I'll fight this battle. Kyle, give me my bag of hot fries.
So Paul,
All right,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on. I need my sunflower seeds.
So basically what I was saying was that I think it would be a great thing if we had more masks on the show. I'm going to rub this in my eyes now.
Oh, God.
No, I don't know. What were we talking about?
Cam Newton. What do you think happens with Cam Newton?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, who needs him right now?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is going to go with Minshew. They just got out of the Foles deal. They're not going to jump back into another one of those.
Well,
Chargers?
So you have the Chargers, you have the Broncos.
Well, the Chargers already said they're going Tyrod too.
Yeah, but that's not a good idea.
No, it's really not.
Hey, that
especially
guy-
if they're actually trying to do something this year.
That guy is a wild card loser. Give the guy some respect.
So here's what I'm thinking. Kyle has an idea, but I think he's thinking the wrong way about it. I think Kyle's thinking Jameis Steelers. I'm thinking Cam Steelers. Reason for it, Ben doesn't have the mobility that he once had. 2, it allows them to remove Ben from more plays because he's been injury prone. He's saying he's feeling better, but I think that Cam could give him some reps off. And 3, wouldn't be surprised if we see some Ben Cam tight end types of positions.
That'd be pretty cool. But that would result in Cam taking more hits.
So what's Cam's contract look like?
He's a free agent next year. I think he's making $187 million this year.
Let's see.
Mox,
Because I
process what I said.
what? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Nothing.
You guys.
Hold on.
Oh, they muted themselves. But
Why did they mute themselves?
I don't know. But I mean, for me, like Cam, you got to figure there's Denver, there's LA,
He's making $18 million this year, just to answer your question.
and that's why I don't think a team that's going to put him in a backup type role would pay that for a backup.
Let's see. So the Bengals aren't going to do it because they're going to get fucking what's his face from LSU.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Thank you. Cardinals aren't going to do it. They got Murray. Falcons aren't going to do it. Colts aren't going to do it because they got Rivers.
Let's do it.
Also, why couldn't the Colts be on board for another quarterback option, even if it was a Jameis or Cam Newton?
Because he's making $18 million this year.
The Colts have tons of money, and they only signed Rivers to a one-year deal, which means that they're either expecting to win a championship with him and move on, or he's retiring. I mean,
Cam's only on a 1-year deal too, though.
yeah, but you can re-sign Cam. You can bring Cam in. Phillip Rivers is your starter. If he starts choking, you bring Cam in. Think about it. Cam, you still want to be reassured that Cam is healthy. That is something that you have more time to work with if you have an actual starting quarterback that can take the field when Cam's not available. You can rework to a new deal with Cam. Even if he goes on the team, he's not going to get the same contract he got. He's way past his MVP days. It gives him a mobility option. And Phillip Rivers, I mean, even Tom Brady got a 2-year deal, and he's older than Phillip Rivers.
The only teams that I can see even taking a shot on Cam are the Patriots, the Eagles, depending on what their salary is, like the Packers. The Vikings the Raiders just signed Mariota, so they're not in the sweepstakes for him. Maybe the Broncos.
That's my spot.
But they're committed to Locke, and it sounds like they're planning to start him.
Well,
I don't see many spots for Cam. I really don't.
I'm just saying, I'm not predicting that he goes there, but I don't think seeing Jameis for Cam ending up in Indianapolis is really that far-fetched.
I would think Jameis more than Cam, but I see what you're saying for the Colts.
So go ahead, Paul.
I personally, I mean, it could happen. I don't see Cam going to the Patriots.
I don't either.
No, I don't either. They have too much money. They're already shedding people left and right to try and make up for
It's
it.
not even a money thing. I just don't think Cam's an option. But
And it wouldn't be a fit, I think, with him and Belichick.
No, probably not.
He's already got a plan in place, I'm sure. They're going to do something.
Stidham, QB1.
they're going to do the same thing the Warriors are doing. They're going to suck on next year, then they're going to fucking get Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, could see that happening.
Which would piss so many people off.
Well, especially when they do what's going to be really great is when they get Trevor Lawrence, they're going to sign Julio Jones, and then what they're going to do is they're going to do an NFL realignment where it's actually going to move the Redskins to the AFC East and the Patriots to the NFC East.
Could you imagine they just hey, we have to do a quick swap. It's what the people want. It makes sense for business. Washington, you're out. New England, you're in.
Toast of excellence to the city of LA. Apparently, the mayor just said that restaurants can now deliver alcohol with people's delivery with their food.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
for like 2 weeks, bud.
What?
Yeah, they're doing that here in CT. You can get a bottle of wine.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Very nice.
I haven't taken advantage because I have 70 bottles of wine back at the house. I actually had the Pinot Noir the other day, and it was just regular.
I mean, if the Falcons is an option too.
So real quick,
Is it though?
What?
Is it though?
Yeah, because Matt Ryan's been pretty much ass cheeks for the last 3 years.
Atlanta Falcons salary cap.
Yeah.
Ding dong!
I'm not talking about the salary cap, bro.
Touch them all, Yelich. Touch them all.
there you go.
Well, you should be because right now the Falcons currently have $2 million in cap space available.
Yeah.
Cam is getting paid $18 million this year.
Quick plug for a thing we're not getting paid for. Didn't know this, but in the show this year, if you rode to the show, you can pretty much pick the team that drafts you.
That's pretty cool.
It just asked you, hey, who's your favorite team? And I was like, oh, the White Sox. And it was like, White Sox. I was like, that's cool.
Your wish is my command.
Athletics.
It's like the Panthers decide to cut Cam. You can go for like $2 million on a 1-year deal.
Right, but right now they're trying to trade him. So if they cut him, I think any team becomes an option.
Well-
Yeah, but here's the thing too. Like, even if the trade thing, though, you have to think about it. Every day that goes by, what they're going to get for him is going to diminish.
Oh yeah,
If
absolutely.
the team's only going to have to give up a sixth for Cam. 18 million is probably going to be worth it for. It makes it more worth it for a lot of teams, like the Colts. The Colts have shit tons of money.
Right, and the trade was per wish of Cam. The Panthers seemed content to just do whatever with him. Whatever
It
happens.
came
happens.
out that the Panthers are forcing him to take the trade.
I didn't hear that.
And then Greg Olson came out and basically said, yeah, they did the same thing to me.
Oh, well. Sorry, Cam.
Yeah.
Carolina's a bunch of piece of shit.
They're trying to redo. They have a new owner. They have a new coach.
So I have a hypothetical question. Now, this is completely preposterous, but as a GM, what would you take for a Cam / McCaffrey deal? Like, what would be like the ultimate trade to pull something off? You'd have to give him the farm, but what would it take for you to make that type of move?
I mean, to get them both.
To get them both.
Man, I wouldn't take less than 2 firsts for McCaffrey right now.
I mean, it's like
Khalil Mack was worth more than 2 firsts.
I mean, it's like an almost impossible scenario, but I was just
Right,
curious.
but Khalil Mack is a productive position that doesn't break down nearly as fast as running backs, especially one that gets hit as much as McCaffrey does.
All right, this is how we solve this problem. You ready? Kendall,
Yes.
you're the Panther. Before we go to break, you're going to talk what kind of franchise we are. When we come back from the break, we're going to pitch you a trade package to get Cam and Christian McCaffrey, and you're going to accept the best one.
All right, so we'll go around and we'll, kind of like we did the other time.
Before we go to break, give us our team. On break, we can come up with a trade package, each of us, and then we'll pitch them to you.
All right, I like that.
Don't care if you do or not.
Oh, well.
Do you guys want to cycle through the rest of
Sorry.
the free agent signings? Because there were a lot more.
Yeah.
Mass, you know what would be a great idea if you cycled through the rest of the free agents?
Okay, perfect. Detroit continues to be the home for former cast-off Patriots. They signed Danny Shelton. Let's see. Kike Alonso stays with the Saints. Let's see.
One game for the past 16.
The Detroit Pats, baby.
Detroit Pats, they signed Jamie Collins as well.
For the corner.
Huh?
Did it for a Patriots corner, too. Harmon.
I thought Hardman went back to the Patriots.
Nope, he's in line.
I could have
Is he? Oh yeah, they did. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Giants skip on signing the option for Antoine Bethea.
Are we sure Harmon Killebrew isn't a baseball player?
Panthers cut Eric Reed. Ed Reed, Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
I can.
Bears traded for Nick Foles. Let's see. Dante Fowler Jr. signed a 3-year, $48 million deal with the Falcons, which I think is a little bit of an overpay, but Rams agreed to terms with Leonard Floyd, which did not enjoy. Let's see. Raiders signed Eli Apple. How he continues to be employed is beyond me. Chris, what?
Played pretty well last year.
He played all right.
Apple did play all right. He was playing pretty well until he got hurt.
He played all right. Chris Harris Jr. joins the Chargers for, let's see, does it say how many years? No, it doesn't. He just signed with them.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. Let's see. Seahawks brought back Bruce Irvin.
Kyle, you got to talk a little louder.
Cowboys.
Carl Joseph went to the Browns. Desmond Trufant signed with the Lions. Let's see. The big blockbuster that happened a couple days ago was the Darius Slay trade to the Eagles.
Look, here's the thing. I get it. You got Desmond Trufant cheaper than you would have been able to keep Slay.
Especially somebody who didn't want to be there.
But here's the thing. Any NFL player will stay at their organization if you throw enough money at them. Because all these guys want is money. They don't give a shit about championships anymore. None of them do. The only ones that do are people like Tom Brady and, like the fucking baby boomers of the NFL. But it's just like, okay, boomer. Aside. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like, it's basically like saying like, hey, we're gonna sign him because it's cheaper. Then we're gonna sign this guy and trade him. It's essentially being like, hey, I'm going to buy. Right? I'm gonna make from scratch this homemade amazing chicken parm. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spice it up. I'm gonna send that to you, and then I'm gonna go pick up an Encore chicken parm microwave gun.
But
is trash.
I mean, Trevant not great, but can be serviceable if he stays healthy. Slade did not want to be there. He fucking hated Patricia, so that's part of the reason why they got rid of him.
Again, anybody will stay if you throw enough money at him.
Lions didn't want to throw money at him. Obviously, he was an aging corner.
They're all aging.
Broncos cut Joe Flacco. Let's see. The biggest one, probably, which hurts my soul, is the Rams released Todd Gurley.
Yes, he did.
And nothing
Where'd
hurts
he
me
go?
more.
Where did he
He went
go?
to Atlanta. Nothing hurts me more than that, but it happened. Steven Wisniewski went to the Steelers, and I didn't know about that, but that's actually pretty good. Clinton Dix went to the Cowboys.
Did he?
Yep.
1 year deal.
$4
It's a real bummer.
$4 million, 2.5 guaranteed. Let's see. Bears and Deion Bush agree to a deal. Saints extended Andreas Pete to a massive 5-year contract.
He sucks.
Deion Bush.
Yeah, he does. Which makes me happy that the Saints signed him.
The Deion Bush deal was awesome.
Chargers signed Melvin Gordon to a 2-year deal worth $16 million with 13.5 guaranteed.
No, they didn't.
Shot.
Yeah, private stock.
What?
The Broncos signed him.
What did I say?
Chargers.
Oh.
Boo.
Where are the Chargers from?
Who cares?
Where are
Sanders agrees to a 2-year deal with the Saints.
where are they from?
Can we talk about that one for a minute?
Sure.
A lot of people hate that move.
Why?
Don't know.
The Emmanuel Sanders one? It's getting like negative grades everywhere. No one likes it.
Why? Put Emmanuel Sanders together with Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara out of the backfield?
And they'll lose
That-
the Vikings in the playoffs. Who gives a fuck?
Yes. But that's still a scary offense on paper.
Yes.
Michael Thomas will cry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The only thing that would make Michael Thomas better is if he sounded like Mike Tyson.
It's true.
Colts cut Pierre Desir after 3 seasons. Kenyon Drake signed his tender with the Cardinals, so he'll be returning there.
Kendall,
Yo.
you fucking suck.
Thank you.
Former Steelers cornerback Artie Burns agrees to join the Bears on a 1-year deal. Let's see.
Big thumbs down from Paul. You know what?
Raiders agree to a deal with Nelson Aguilar. Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Whatever.
Nah, he's not good.
The only guy in the country that can't catch the COVID virus.
That's good.
Pierre Desir got signed by the Jets after being cut by Indy. DJ Swearinger got signed by the Saints. Hoyer got picked up by the Patriots again. And Randy Gregory recently filed for reinstatement. And then today,
That's an awesome headline, man. That wasn't even on my radar that was going on.
Bears agreed to a 1-year deal with Barkevius Mingo. The Panthers agreed
All
to a 1-year deal with the star quarterback for the XFL, PJ Walker. Corey Coleman signed a 1-year deal to go back to the Giants.
Big fan of that.
Yep. Redskins traded for Kyle Allen. Patriots cut Steven Gostkowski.
Why?
Because the Bears need him. That's why.
Gostkowski's been kind of shaky the last couple of years.
Whatever, it's still better than Eddie Pinheiro.
Oh no, I'm saying someone is definitely going to scoop him up.
Yeah, Eddie Pinheiro looks like one of those like 18-year-old Hispanic porn stars that has special.
Jimmy Smith re-signed with the Ravens on a 1-year deal.
Damn.
Seahawks traded for Quentin Dunbar. Travis Frederick announced his retirement. And the most important news of the entire free agency, Giants signed Deion Lewis to a 1-year deal.
Can't help but notice you left out Colt McCoy.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and Eric Ebron.
Ebron wasn't on my radar. You're absolutely right.
I tell you that, me and Kyle were talking about this yesterday. That I think is a big signing for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's going to be a huge target for whoever's playing quarterback for the Steelers next year.
Hey, Kendall.
You.
Quick question. Did your sister listen to our podcast?
I don't think so.
I just want to know why she posted a photo on Instagram that says, dropping out of Southern Connecticut State University to go to Monsters University wearing a University of Rhode Island hat.
You know why? Because no matter what, how unfunny she is, she'll get 9,000 likes on that post. And I will give absolute gold, and I will get 14 likes, and someone to ask me to drop dead.
No, everybody.
What?
Let's go around. What team do you think? What like? Do you think are making the right stride? What teams are you trying to figure out where they're going?
As far as their moves in free agency?
For example, like the Chargers. Are they trying to rebuild or are they trying to stay competitive?
All right. I follow.
Because, like, in my opinion, let's go with Rivers and let's go with Gordon. But there's not everything working with Chris Harris. Are they trying to stay competitive or are they rebuilding?
Well, I think they're going to try and stay competitive. I think the Phillip Rivers thing, similar to what we saw with like Eli Manning, like it just ran its course. They were ready. Both sides seemed ready to move on. It is what it is. Melvin Gordon, I think the way everything went last season, before the season started, I think left a bad taste. That, he held out, that he came back and wasn't productive for a while. He figured it out towards the end, but the same thing. Eckler was playing well. So why re-sign him? The confusing thing is like, hey, we're going to roll Tyrod Taylor out there and just let him take the – I mean, I think they got to bring somebody in to compete or something. But I think they're going to try and stay as competitive as they can. Because to me, last year they were a team that just got killed by injuries, and then that was it. I mean,
2 or 3 offensive linemen that are pretty good, too.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah, they signed Beluga.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are attempting to stay competitive. I think could you win with Tyrod Taylor? Perhaps. I don't know if that's the answer. I think it's a guy who could win 10 games if everything goes his way. But I don't know if he's the guy to be under center in Super Bowl 55. I don't know.
I think they need to contact the running back too to Eckler.
say it again, Kyle.
I don't think Eckler could take all the carries.
No.
Well, I mean, we saw him do it last year early.
That was for 4 games. Like, can he do it for 16?
When did Gordon came back? Week 5?
Yeah. Around there.
Week 5, week 6, something like that.
That's true.
So we think that the Chargers overall are probably trying to stay competitive. The Bengals haven't made any kind of moves in free agency lately. I think they're just kind of looking to actually build.
Well, they signed TJ Reader.
Send on the bouquet.
Kyle, do you think they try and trade AJ Green?
No, they just signed him.
They signed
The
two.
tag.
Did they? I know they tagged him.
Oh, they tagged him. Okay, sorry, my mistake.
But the Bengals also signed 2 corners, too. Trey Waynes and Mackenzie Alexander.
No, I don't think that they trade. I don't think that they trade AJ Green because I believe Joe Burrow said that he would prefer to keep him around, and they're just like, okay, whatever makes you happy, kid.
I could see Green. Sorry, Kyle. I could see Green being like a draft day deal.
I don't know. I'd be shocked, but
Dalton to the Chargers would be pretty good.
I would dig that deal.
I think Dalton ends up in New England.
I wouldn't hate that either, but is he a free agent right now, or does he have to be traded?
I think he has to be traded.
I mean, not that this means anything, but I think them signing Hoyer means that Dalton isn't going, just because that's such a left field move. It's just like, hey, you're familiar
Why?
with the
He's
system.
back for the third time.
But that's what I mean. It's like, hey, we're bringing you back just for the sake of bringing you back because you know the system and you know the players. That I feel like the Patriots are ready to just kind of just deal with what they got, and they're going to just play for the following year.
I guess.
Not that they're not in contention. I just mean like they're not looking to make a monster move. I think they would have made it already.
The other side, and to kind of counter what you're saying, is you could bring in Dalton, and now you have like almost like a three-way competition. You have a young kid that's raw. You have Hoyer, who knows the system, and you have Dalton, who's an NFL starting quarterback, who's been doing it for a long time. So now you kind of have three different options competing for and you just kind of open it up. Whoever doesn't make the cut, you cut them. If Dalton goes there and it doesn't work out, you cut him. It's just
I can agree with that to a certain point. Just I don't know. I just feel like they're not looking to clog up their own market, just to cut somebody in the end.
Yeah, I get that.
I really don't see Belichick coaching an NFL team not for this season. Like I don't see him actively coaching thinking of next year.
Well, to play devil's advocate, I know what you're saying, but I think he's always playing for the following year. He's always the guy's like a chess master of football. He's
But that's what I mean, and especially because of how he is, I don't think, especially with Brady leaving, that first season he's going to want this team going 5-11.
Well, that's the way it looks right now because they lost a lot of people.
No, I know, and that's what I mean. Like, I think you're going to see them try to stay competitive, and to me, Hoyer and this Stidham guy, I don't think is going to get it done. I think they're going to still bring in somebody, and even if it's like a Flacco or like we said, like it's going to be a veteran guy that can still somewhat play. I think Dalton's the better option, but that can still help that team win games.
Yeah. Well, we will definitely see in the next coming weeks what will happen. Did you guys want to take a break, or want to keep rolling?
We can take a break and then come back. I have a couple things that we can talk about on the other side of the break.
All right. I have your teams for the scenario, the Cam and McCaffrey, and it's sort of a cop-out move, but I think all our own teams are in an interesting position. So you're going to be your own GM. So Mark, you're the Giants, Massey, the Rams.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I just saw this and I want to forget. I'm sorry. If the Saints make the Super Bowl during Emmanuel Sanders' contract, he'll be the first player in NFL history to play on 4 different Super Bowl teams. Yeah, math, I can count. About time.
5.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So Mark will act as the general manager for the Giants. Massey will be the Rams. Paul will be the Bears, and Kyle will be the Steelers.
That's not fair. I don't
Do I have to make an offer?
Well, I just figured all these teams.
I'm
are
being funny.
So, you guys could talk amongst yourselves during the break. I don't know I'm not sure how it's going to work if you guys are going to be talking over the music for Spreaker. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm going to be kind of blaring it, but whatever. If you guys want to stay in contact. So I don't know. We cut out the music on the Podbean end, but for the Spreaker listeners, I don't know if it's going to happen. It might sound like garbage. So
We'll just play an instrumental.
yeah, so you guys, do what you want. Figure come back in 3-4 minutes.
Sure.
All right.
See you in 15.
All right, we'll see you guys on the other side of the break.
Nope.
All right, I gotta go pee real quick.
Here goes Kendall. He's gonna take his pants off.
There's a new sun rising. I can see a new horizon that will keep me realizing you're the biggest part.
Oh, you went with ambrosia.
Did you love me here beside me? Did you close enough to guide me? I've been hoping you would find me. You're the biggest part of me. Well, make a wish, baby. Well, and I will make it come true. Make a list, baby.
Imagine if Becca just started really talking shit about us, guys. No, like, if you did.
Let my love rain down on
Forget that the mics are
so
hot.
we could wash away the past so that we may start anew. Rising up on my shoulder, getting better as a roller. All I wanna do is hold her. She's the life that breathes in me. Got a feeling that forever we're gonna stay together. For me, there's nothing better. You're the biggest part of me. Make a wish, baby.
I hope that's on Spreaker.
Make a list, baby. Make a list of the things I'll do for you. Ain't no risk now. Let my love rain down on you, so we can wash away the past, so that we may start anew.
No, thank you. Never. No, thank you.
She brings joy to me.
That's not.
How can I tell you what it
I don't appreciate your personal attacks.
flow like a lazy river?
Marching ants.
For an eternity, I finally found someone who believes in me. I'll never leave. Oh, la-ti-da-na,
Can you guys bicker elsewhere?
make life grand.
Kendall, what did she have to hold for you? What did she have to hold for you? I hope you forget about it. Did she hold the container?
What sense is it?
You're the biggest part of me. Got a feeling that forever
The original.
gonna stay together. From now to forever, you're the biggest part of me. You're the life that breathes in me. You're the biggest part of me. You changed my life. You made it right. I'll be a servant to you for the rest of my life.
Hey, you guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, my camera's off, so make sure Paul
Right
knows.
now at Premier.
And now, back to getting sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports live from my couch. It's Friday night.
I like that.
Unfortunately, it's just me, Kyle, and Kendall at the moment.
No, I'm here. My phone is at like 30%, so I had to turn it off for now.
Oh, you're in.
I have headphones in, so I'm going to try and wait it out as long as I can.
You don't have the dual adapter?
I don't.
What an idiot.
Kyle said he was going to buy one for me, and then he didn't.
That's false.
It's not. Just like when you told me you were going to give me $100.
Yep.
Is this true?
Yeah, guy said, I'll give you $100.
Just like that, out of the blue? No. Just for the
So-
sake?
So the thing behind it, Kendall, is we were leaving softball.
He said
Kyle-
this for like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I know.
Kyle had
I'm
a
for
few.
the people who don't know the story, I'm playing the
Kyle
guy.
had a few drinks, and was like, "Hey, do you mind bringing me home?" And I was like, "Okay, Kyle." He goes, "All right, cool. I'll give you $100."
Wow.
And I said, "Okay."
He was
Still
on it.
didn't give me the $100.
So I got a question. You did a really lazy thing, Kendall, by giving us our own teams.
Well, I just figured it was easy, and every team is kind of an intriguing point. Like, I don't want to be like, be New England or be Kansas City or these of recent superpowers. Pittsburgh is in a kind of a soon-to-be transitionary period. The Giants are in a transitionary period. The Bears seem to be, with the moves they made, they had some direction, but I don't know what. And the Rams kind of just dumped all their baggage. So, it's interesting.
So, I guess Matt isn't going yet.
Why is Mass not going yet?
Oh,
Well, that was on cue. That was weird.
What were we talking about? Because I literally sat down as he said that.
We're talking about boxers and briefs, and never mind.
let's talk about what your team's going to give up for McCaffrey.
I already have a terrible offer in mind, so.
All right, go ahead. Offer it.
I'm accepting all of your offers.
Are we live or no?
Yes.
Oh, we are. All right, hold on. Let me put us back on Twitch.
How many first-round picks for the next 7 years?
So, we want McCaffrey.
And Cam.
You and Cam. Jesus Christ. We can't afford that, so have a nice day.
We'll take your closest NBA franchise as well.
Do I have to trade for both of them?
Yeah.
Package deal. Sell on the farm.
All right, so
I don't know what that noise
you're
is.
going to give
but
me
it's horrible.
McCaffrey, and you're going to give me Cam. You're going to take Rob Havenstein, who is a premier right tackle, and Tyler Higbee, who is a flourishing tight end. First NFL tight end, or first tight end. First,
As into what? Like, this guy's almost after.
he's the first tight end in the Super Bowl era to go 5 consecutive games with 100 yards.
All of our tight ends suck.
And he was recently re-signed to a very modest deal, so you have him on contract for the next 3 years. And we'll go ahead and give you a second-round pick next year. You are dumping a lot of Cam salary on us, so that teeters the balance a little bit.
Also getting the best running back ever.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I'll give you a deal. So,
Oh, he's setting up for this one.
Giving me, McCaffrey here. So,
Oh, God, here we go. Bronx Souls.
I'm going to offer you a 2021 first, 2022 first, and a 2021 second. Okay? I'm also going to give you a James Conner. All right? That's all you're getting out of me.
All right, well, you have a deal if you throw on one more thing.
What?
There's a sandwich with coleslaw and french fries. It is native to your area.
I'll give you 4.
All right.
Give you the whole rest.
What? Ball from Miller Court.
It was me.
How would you like highlights?
I didn't mean to. I hit it. I just moved my arm.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I was listening to the drama go down.
Yeah.
Kendall.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, this is Paul from Miller Coors. I'm willing to offer you a highlight for life.
Sold. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your patronage. Enjoy your players.
Thank you. We're just going to be making beer.
Yeah, guys, get to work.
It's very funny to watch. Mark,
All right. So,
Matt, turn on your camera.
oh,
What's going on?
so I got a 3-team trade in the works.
I said I'm shoveling food into my face.
So this is going to involve the Giants and no, the Giants and
The Flyers.
the Dolphins.
It seems like you don't have a plan here, GM.
Well, I was I had a different one, and then I forgot Melvin Gordon signed with the Broncos. The Dolphins will trade to the Giants their first-round pick. The Giants will trade. Bless you.
Bless you.
The Giants will trade Dexter Lawrence and a second-round pick, and hold on, and
an old muffler.
So the Dolphins would be receiving Cam and McCaffrey. So they're going to send their first-round pick, to the Panthers. The Panthers' second and fourth will go to the Giants, and the Panthers will get the things that I mentioned before from the Giants.
So if you guys were writing down these names at home, go back and check.
Lock it in. There it is.
Well, I'll let you know that all your deals are basically awful, with the exception of the beer one.
Well,
actually, Kyle offered a lot of capital there, so it's hard.
Kendall,
to
what would your ideal trade be?
Oh, I wouldn't. No, I guess I'm looking for a team that they would make like an immediate impact to, where you can just kind of plug them in and hey, you guys are now a Super Bowl contender. And that's why I had mentioned the Bears, because I thought Paul would have some intriguing thing to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Hello. I'm Ryan Pace.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Chad.
And I'm an alcoholic.
So I will give you. I'm going to be offering David Montgomery, Riley Ridley,
Nick Foles.
Nope, Roy Robinson Harris.
Oh, yes.
And cornerback Xavier Crawford, as well as both second-round picks this year and our second-round pick next year.
I'm getting a lot of capital there. I'm probably doing that, especially for Roy Robertson Harris. That's an awesome baseball mark. I mean, Paul was basically just playing with my heartstrings with that player right there. He knew I would do for a lot less for that name. I would do
this game kind of.
Hold on, that wasn't a bad trade. That was probably the most fair trade.
I don't know. I think the 3-team deal.
I would do both Paul's and Kyle's trade.
The 3-team deal was probably very fair, but you said you started it off with like 8 teams getting 4 things, and then it ended up with 7 teams getting 6 things.
And I really didn't like Master Cell and Tyler Higbee, so that's why I was out on his deal.
What are you eating over there?
Los Poblanos chips.
What kind of popcorn chips?
Popcorn chips.
Neither. They're homemade.
Homemade chips? Wow.
Who made them?
Home.
I just want you to know that by no means just taking Tostitos and microwaving them for 40 seconds make them homemade cookies. That's how you make homemade nachos if you just got some shredded cheese.
Yeah, real bummer nachos.
Those are the worst. I've eaten so many of those in my heyday.
Well, I still do it, but
Nothing better than putting a tortilla down and put some cheese on it, rolling that up and sticking that in the microwave.
it was funny. One of the last times I did it was, I think it was after softball, or maybe it was after a show. And I was trying to get everyone to go to the diner, and we ended up not going. So I remember I made the ghetto nachos and sent a photo to Paul, and I was like, "This is your fault."
If you guys can't see it, well,
I just wanted someone to notice. That's all I cared about.
so in the panels, Paul looked like a villain from Mulan.
Oh, you didn't hear what Kendall did for tacos today.
The poor man's grilled cheese is my favorite thing Kendall makes. He takes 2 pieces of bread, he toasts them, and then puts a piece of cheese between the toast. And then eats.
Well, I've been there.
And if you're feeling frisky, you can put some mayonnaise on there. Kyle's face.
Hey, Kendall.
Yes.
Ben, can you tell Paul what you did for your tacos tonight?
Yeah, so it was taco night, being Taco Monday, as everybody knows. I'm sorry?
Did you have tacos or tacos?
It was tacos. It was tacos.
Tacos on fresh-made corn tortillas?
No, these were hard shell.
Oh, hard shell tortillas.
Hard shell, yeah. Now, I erred big time going to the grocery store. I didn't get some taco seasoning. So we rolled the dice and gambled and put some French onion dip powder in there. And it was
I'm sorry, what?
It was a snake eyes on the roll. So I tried to make my own. So I also added in like some garlic powder and salt and pepper and some like all-purpose seasoning, and it didn't make it better.
Sorry, I got one better for you.
All right, Master, can you eat a louder snack?
I have a better.
I mean, come on.
So we had tacos the other night. And Samantha was willing to make me some tacos for lunch the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her to grab we have like powdered like taco seasoning in the cabinet.
Yeah.
And
your old El Paso.
Apparently dry taco seasoning in her eyes is spelt cinnamon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you...
Let me tell you something. Melted cheese and cinnamon.
How do you whiff that hard? It's like not even close.
I think that was the closest I've come to dying since the string cheese incident.
Like, wow, this smells like really sweet.
God, it's sweet ground beef. It's like, how do you even like sell that as being good? Like, hey, you want something hearty and sweet?
Well, yeah, you just call it sausage.
So
this is the dessert deconstructed sausage.
So I got home today, right? And I had this grand plan that I was going to make stuffed peppers. So I was kind of craving them. First about the stuff. Oh yeah. So I come home, I start putting them together, get them going. Now they take a little while. Get them out of the oven. Marissa takes one, puts it on her plate, drops it right on the ground.
Oh. Breaks my heart.
Talk about wind out of sails.
Did the dogs eat it?
No. But this happened after I got home from the store, and I dropped a jar of sauce in the road, and I was super bummed about that.
Oh man,
you guys are the Mock household is batting 1,000 on food.
I had what I call a Kendall outburst, where it's like kind of muffled, but you're super mad.
That's me every day.
You ever had like one of those like Kendall at work outbursts when it's just, you dirty motherfucker?
So I call them the Kimberly outbursts are the outbursts my mom used to have, and I I've been waiting for one in adulthood. I haven't had one quite yet, but like, just like my mother, like I can have a lot of things happen to me before I kind of go over the edge.
Yeah.
But it's always something really small that puts you over the edge.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. The last time that my mom had one of those, where she was having a really bad day with work, I was pissing her off, my sister was pissing her off. She was having a really bad day, and she pulled a bag of groceries out of the car, and the bottom fell out, and all that fell out was a thing of eggs, a pack of eggs, and they all broke in the driveway. My mom then put the grocery back in the van, got in the van, floored it out of the driveway with the hatch open, and then hit the brakes so all the groceries went out, and then she ran them over several times. then she pulled back the driveway, closed the hatch, went inside, and I don't know 48 hours, but I was there.
God bless your mother.
I'd love to be a part of something like that.
Today, Kendall.
But you have a microphone.
Well, it's not on.
Well, you could ask.
Today, Kendall threw a mouse across the living room because it wasn't working. He got so mad.
A computer mouse, not a live mouse.
I was hoping it was going to be a live mouse.
I could just picture Kendall sitting on the couch like, here's the deal. You agreed that you were going to be giving us $50 a week towards groceries, but all you're doing is fucking sitting here on your unemployed rat ass, not doing a single thing, you fucking dumb mouse. And then he threw it across the room.
Yeah. No, he was sitting at the kitchen table, actually.
Thank you for just destroying his joke.
It better. But no, your joke is still good.
That's not a kitchen table. That's the dining room table.
Whatever.
That's right.
The counter separates it and makes it like a second room.
Exactly.
Once you learn architecture, you
swine.
Yeah.
Okay, you're home all day. Watch HGTV like a normal adult.
We don't get that channel.
Well, there's YouTube.
You can't watch HGTV when there's just so much Seth Rollins to be having your fingers inside you too.
That's right.
Oh my God.
No, I've been making him watch Total Bellas.
Can't say that on Twitch.
You can say anything on Twitch. Did we?
No.
Wait, did we make money yet? It's been like 2 hours.
All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? This has pretty much been 15 minutes of just us rambling about our personal lives.
Well, it's the best,
Yeah, Master did a couple things. Hey, since I'm assuming next week we're going to be doing this too, Kyle and I are going to make all 5 of us in NBA 2K, and we're going to stipulate our careers while we do the job.
Yeah, Kyle will just trade me because he's a rat.
No, we have no
Fuck.
control over that. You get drafted where you get drafted. We control like a team. We just like select like the Bulls, and then we just follow them
We're going to
regardless.
start off on the Buffalo Turtles.
That's one of my favorite things that we do is when we make an NBA is the best platform to do it because the season goes fast enough.
How many of you make them fast enough?
They're already made.
Not Massey and mine.
Yes, they are.
When?
They're part of the Buffalo Turtles.
Who did you replace to be the Buffalo Turtles?
What?
Nobody made an expansion team.
Oh, so you just added the team?
It's serve.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I play power forward, and sometimes I got to sub in with Mass, and it gets pretty difficult. We gave Mass a 5-inch vertical.
Wow.
Yeah, we made his character 6'8", and he can't dunk.
Can graze the net.
Yeah, Mock's one of those guys. We actually went against the green. We gave Mock like 98 shooting, and we gave him 0 passing.
Really bummed about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time we try to pass the ball, it goes out of bounds.
Is there a reason why you made us terrible?
We didn't. We just made you two terrible.
What team is that?
That's the Navigators.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Is there a reason why you made the two of us specifically terrible?
Well, have you seen yourself play basketball?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I've also seen Kendall play basketball.
Well, yeah, but Kendall can go 10 for 10 from the top of the key.
I'm an entirely angle-based shooter.
He's a ruthless defender on the perimeter.
He is a good
It's
defender.
It's funny to watch him dribble.
No, he's a good defender on the perimeter. Once you get him inside the paint, he pretty much just kind of trips over his own feet.
Yeah, but I foul. I'm good at that.
Are we making any money yet, Max?
No.
What's the point?
When it warms up and we're allowed to interact with people, you three come up to the house up here and I'll lower the rim to 6 feet. Because
I would come do that if we're not all dead from COVID by then.
You know what is funny? We plan to do this remote thing if I still went to Kyle's house and sat on the couch with him.
Here's the thing, though. You know what's funny about that? I thought Mock forget because at like 7:05, somebody knocked on the front door and the dog started going nuts. And I was like, oh, that'd be so funny if he came over. I was like, if Ma came over, there is no way we're doing the show. The three of us are just drinking.
Yeah.
Because Ma doesn't have to go to work tomorrow.
No, I do.
You don't have to.
I do.
At a time like this, all you have to do is say I came in contact with someone with COVID, and they'll just be like, all right, damn.
Where does Bradley Beal play basketball right now?
He plays basketball right now in his house because there's really not much going on. Who are you talking
What
about?
team is he signed with?
He's a Washington Wizard.
Okay.
The dub.
Hey, did you guys see that video of Freddie Freeman playing wiffle ball with his kid?
Yeah, just teed off on his.
It's funny that like the kid throws the ball.
So my boss did like a minor league deal or something like that in the works. Or I think I heard a rumor about it. I don't know if it's true. But he's a big baseball guy, and his little son plays like t-ball, and his thumb was throwing. They were having like a catch, like him and his son and his wife were having like a catch with the baseball. And then he has like a video of it on his Facebook. He pushed his wife out of the way and then took his son deep. Like his wife's going to catch the ball, he shoves her, has the bat in his hand, and then just cranks it like a good 300 feet.
I used to do in high school. I would beg my sister or what?
That's so funny.
I would beg my sister or my mom to pitch me wiffle balls so we can crank them into the neighbor's yard.
Sounds like a very Kendall thing to do.
Bang your sister.
Oh well, post-game celebration, as I say.
Yikes!
No laughs from the other people on the show. We're going to retract to that from the stenographer. Will take care of that. Is that how that works?
Kendall, it'd be funnier if I didn't already own the at-home DVD.
At-home DVD.
The 30 for 30 on it.
Now, Kendall, you said you did that in high school?
Yeah, I mean, I actually think I did it till I was like 21.
Yeah, I actually sometimes do it too.
You gotta think about it. Back in the day, we played a lot of.
You know, for a second I was very confused. I thought we were still talking about Kendall banging his sister. He had to do it till he was 21. Rebecca had to do it.
Grew out of it.
So what I'm getting at, though, is how come when we play wiffle ball, you're not cranking balls?
Oh, no, but you have to understand my backyard. I'm higher than the other. So basically, while it's in the air, it can travel. So, I mean, actually, I was actually swinging very well then. You know, if you ever stood in my backyard, you hit towards an additional ranch, but it's got an addition towards the back of the house, so it's kind of like a T. I actually hit it to the T of the house many times, but I never got into the neighbor's pool, which was the real goal. So, but I was hitting probably 170 feet wiffle.
Yeah, when's the bocce movie going to be done?
I'm almost there.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm very close.
But you worked on.
I work on it like every 6.5 months. I open it up. I read the same 89 pages I have written, and I add a little bit to it.
Yeah, good luck trying to schedule time for all of us to film it.
Well, I know.
We're on quarantine. We can do it now.
I can't schedule time for people to come hang out with me. I got all this bad beer trying to pawn off on people.
Hey, listen. What?
Said you had something.
So, I wanted to tag back into the NFL thing if we could.
Okay.
So, Kyle kind of touched on this before we went to break.
Did I?
You did. You were asking about teams going in.
Was it his own balls?
I just imagine that his left hand is just currently sitting in his pants, resting on his.
He's a right-handed fellow.
I wish you guys could see
Well,
Kyle's
his right
hair.
hand is on Paul's head right now.
Kyle's hair looks like it was drawn on with marker in this video.
Paul doing his best not to laugh right now. All right, we don't need that. So, kind of wanted to touch on the essentially winners and losers of free agency because we haven't done that yet. We went over free agency last show. We didn't touch on it. We went over free agencies on this show in the first hour. We still haven't touched on it. So,
Do we get grades too?
Well, Kyle
Sure,
sort of
why not?
Kyle sort of pitched on the last hour, talking about the direction of where teams were
Well,
going.
right, that's what I just said, Kendall.
Oh,
Pay attention.
thanks. I'm just affirming you.
Fuck it, Ken.
Kyle, I was on your side. Sharpie hair.
Sharpie. So I figure we'll run through the teams quickly. We'll go through. We'll give the teams a grade like Kyle wants to do, and we'll go from there and we'll take it into wherever we get.
All right.
Let's start with the New England Patriots
Are we starting with them? Let's go alphabetically, not correct.
because I typed in NFL teams on Google and that's the first one that's up. So that's where we're starting.
All right. You gonna name everything that they did, or are we just gonna cross everything over?
Do you want me to actually name off the things? Because we've done that the last 2 shows, but I guess I can do that.
Go ahead, everybody.
All
Jeez,
right.
mom and dad, stop fighting at the dinner table.
All right, hold on. Let's see. That was updated 5 days ago, so I don't give a shit about that one. Here we go. 14 hours ago. Close enough. Let's see. What are you laughing at, Kyle?
What the?
Matt, talk.
Yeah, let's go.
I am trying to look this up real quick. Hold on. All right, let's start with the Arizona Cardinals then, I guess.
Oh, hi.
So Arizona has traded for DeAndre Hopkins, gave away David Johnson's terrible contract, which today, might I add, just guaranteed $2.1 million next year. Aside from that, they haven't made a whole lot of different moves. They signed Jordan Phillips.
David Johnson's contract's not terrible.
It's not great.
David Johnson got that contract coming off of a career year and had injuries. You can't blame.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the Todd Gurley contract.
No, because it came out that they knew about the camp knew about the knees before the contract.
No. Todd Gurley's camp knew about it. The Rams didn't.
Everybody knew about it. He tore his knee in college.
And here's the thing too.
Yeah, but he had a killer year.
But here's the thing too. Nobody blames the Rams for giving Gurley that money. He deserved the money.
Yes, he did. Absolutely,
So
he
it's
did.
not a terrible contract. I mean, like it's two different. Like if James Conner got fucking that contract this offseason, I'd be like, wow, they're stupid.
I think we're saying it's bad because at the time, yes, it was a good contract, but then it proved to end up being bad.
Right.
Whereas he became injury riddled, and now it's not a good contract. At the time, it wasn't bad. You're absolutely right. He was coming off a career year. He was.
Like, I don't know. I hate that lingo because then it's just like every contract should be worked in then where it's just like, hey, if you get injured, we don't have to pay you as much.
That's kind of what happens in the NFL. That guys don't live up to contracts, and they cut them or they dump them.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Generally, that's how it works out.
They'll get their guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
If there were a contract clause in it that said, hey, you're going to make $18 million a year, but if you get hurt, we're going to drop it down to $7 million, then you'd see less contracts being dumped.
Yes. But it's never going to happen because the
you
players
also-
don't care. They care about the upfront and how much you're
You
going
wouldn't
to
see
give
players sign that.
me. So
It's time that the NFL realizes that the players don't run the league.
I think we realized that with the new CBA signing. Owners fucking just
No, we
destroy
didn't.
them.
No, what we realize is that the NFL is the same thing as the country, that a third of it doesn't vote.
Yeah, well, that's true. All right, so grades are on the table. Arizona Cardinals.
I give him a B plus.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
care to elaborate?
Hopkins and DeAndre Hopkins. And they didn't have to get up their first floor.
Yeah, the Hopkins trade was huge. However you feel about it, I think they fleeced the Texans in that trade.
And Kenyon Drake played very well for them at the end of last year. And I think that's a good way to bring him back. It's not on a huge contract for this year. I think they made the right moves. Now they're going to focus on defense in the draft or offensive line. And then I think they're going to be plus this time.
I'm on your team there, Solzy.
Yeah, I think B plus is very appropriate. I mean, you add a huge playmaker. If Kyler Murray definitely develops into the quarterback they want him and expect him to be, I think they're going to be in a great position. They can focus on defense, like Kyle said, and and who says even in a year's time the team's even in an even better position than they are now. So
I tell you what, though, Reed. Even if Murray doesn't develop, We've seen Hopkins have huge career numbers with terrible quarterbacks.
This is true. Bring back
So-
John Skelton. Bring him back. Thumbs down from Souls.
All right. Paul,
What?
grade.
B.
Okay. Kendall,
B plus.
Mock.
B plus.
All right. Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons. So, in this free agent period, the Falcons have lost tight end Austin Hooper, signed to the Browns. Lost offensive guard Wes Schweitzer, signed to the Redskins. Vic Beasley went to the Titans. Trufant went to the Lions. And Devondre Campbell went to the Cardinals.
The Vic Beasley release is the greatest tweet of all time.
I didn't even see it. What was it?
The Atlanta Falcons tweeted out, Vic Beasley is being released by the Atlanta Falcons. And then someone commented on the tweet and said, "What's your source?" And they responded, "Us, literally."
Yes, I've seen that. That was pretty good. Falcons have re-signed Sam Irwin-Hill, their punter, to a one-year deal. They also signed Ryan Allen to a one-year deal. They signed Young Ho Ko to a one-year deal.
Who?
Young Ho Ko. John Wetzel to a one-year deal. Steve Means to a one-year deal. Keith Smith to a 3-year deal, fullback, just in case people don't know who he is. Let's see. Dante Fowler to a 3-year, $48 million deal, I think it was. They traded a second-round pick for Hayden Hurst.
I didn't know that.
Yep. That happened like the first day of free agency. They signed Todd Gurley to a 1-year deal. And
What's the financials on that? I never saw that.
1 year, $5.5 million deal with like 2.5 guaranteed.
There's nothing in this world that I hope more than Todd Gurley to rush for 3,000 yards this season.
Yeah. I don't hate him. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, then there's no reason to hate. But I hope that he fucking comes back.
I do too. I hope he goes and wins a Super Bowl somewhere. I really do.
Well, that's just stupid.
That just shows how much you hate the Rams.
I love Todd Gurley.
Nothing I'd love more than to see another team win.
Well, let's be real. The way that our team is set up right now, we're not winning anything in the next couple of years.
We didn't know Ryan Gosling could sling it.
Yeah, you guys, people are saying about how Todd Gurley got a fine contract because of his knee. You guys fucking paid Ryan Gosling more than he did in the Notebook.
Yeah.
So,
But
I feel like Paul thought of that one day, like in his car. I was like, I can't wait to throw this out somewhere.
I just thought of it right now. Gosling probably got that's what popped in my head.
so
Falcons, I think they moved.
so again,
I don't know. I'm trying to. So whatever they lost, they filled the role. Like they got rid of Hooper. But they got
The best thing they did was let Hooper walk.
yes.
Average tight end that wanted big time money didn't deserve it.
They got rid of Freeman, brought in Durham. They also signed the quad, right, Will?
Yay.
Hey, whatever.
We'll go ahead and put that on the whiteboard with things no one cares about.
Yeah.
So I think the Falcons get a C+.
Right next to COVID-18.
I don't think they did anything great, but I think they made even moves to what they made. To what they lost.
I agree with the C grade. They're a team that is playing in a division, with the Saints that are a perennial playoff team, and now Brady just came to Tampa.
Kendall's hurting so bad right now. I'm trying to figure out how to start this.
Well, the problem is the timing is weird on the. Like you guys lag a little bit when I try to catch up with it. I'm just gonna stay on one side, and I can never be wrong except 50% of the time.
And the bass is like, hey, oh, look at Mock's foot.
Well, but I don't think the Falcons did anything to aid them in taking that division.
I give them a B minus. I think they avoided signing people that they would have had to overpay for. Re-signing. I mean, Hooper would have gotten. They would have had to give Hooper more money than he was worth. They would have to give Beasley more money than he was worth. They cut ties with them, and they went out and they got at appropriate prices. They didn't overpay for anybody. They didn't steal anybody. They didn't overpay. And like Kyle said, they filled the holes that they voided. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that.
I think they may have overpaid a little bit for Dante Fowler, but
Yeah, but not compared to how much they would have overpaid for Hooper or for Vic Beasley or Desmond Trufant.
I like Debs.
Desmond Trufant is overrated.
Yeah, they still like it.
Yeah, everybody at the Lions is overrated, Kyle. Except for Matt Stafford, he's underrated.
Right, high five.
Kenny Galladay can suck an egg.
all right. So around the table grade, Kendall.
I like the B minus grade. I think no matter what.
Anything else you want to take from me? Maybe some beer?
I'm sorry.
Cheap fuck.
Oh, we're gonna have some more beer in a second. Yeah, I like the B minus grade. Added good pieces didn't everything kind of equals out like we guys have said. So
I don't want that.
team has a lot of upside. We'll see if it develops.
Give me one of those garage loggers.
Which color is that?
The gold one.
It's garage.
It's not.
All right. Well, I think everybody else went around the table and gave their grades, so I'm not going to go around asking everybody else. Let's move to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens were active early in free agency, have kind of slowed down a little bit. But to start things off, they traded a 5th-round pick to the Jaguars for Calais Campbell and then signed him to a 2-year, $27 million deal. To follow that up, they traded Hayden Hurst to the Falcons for a 2nd-round pick and a 5th-round pick. They signed Michael Brockers to a 3-year, $27 million deal, I think. They ended up re-signing Justin Ellis. They declined Brandon Carr's contract. They re-signed Jihad Ward. They re-signed Sam Koch. They ended up trading... Who did they trade to the Steelers?
Chris Wormley.
Thank you. And that's the status of the Ravens.
So, they made upgrades to the defensive line. They did lose what's his name because he retired. Marshall Yanda. That's not really their fault. I'm just giving an A minus. I do like the move that they made. They made low caliber moves. Not low caliber.
What was that?
Future video on you, no.
Yeah, there was some X-rated stuff going on the Omegle side of our chat.
Mock, just be very happy that you didn't have your camera on.
They made two big
We're still
upgrades.
on Twitch.
Yep.
Excellent.
We get any views on Twitch?
Well, we have to be making money now. I mean, Paul just gave us gold.
But I do think Calais Campbell, Michael Brockett beats up their defensive line, and I think that helped them for this year defensively. They are getting older in the secondary, so we're going to see what happens. I think they got to focus on secondary and receivers.
Real quick, Kendall, I know you're the only one still watching, but you see right here where I'm pointing? Right here?
Yes.
This is where the middle of the couch is.
I can see where the fault line of the couch is. Where anytime you sit in any type of furniture with Kyle just like he absorbs into you.
Kyle, so right now we're pretty good, but before that, Mock and Mass, Kyle was pretty much his dick where that middle portion is on the couch.
I saw.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm what you would call obese.
You're marginally obese.
But God, that's gonna feel good.
Yeah, the margin.
It's pronounced margarine.
I give it A minus. That's it.
Oh, high praise from Kyle.
God! God!
I think the Ravens are in that B plus A minus range. I think they took a defense that was good last year and added good pieces to it. They traded away Hayden Hurst. I think they got a good return for him. I think they're making good moves, and they put themselves in a good draft position to beef the offense up to match their defense now.
I can award them a B. I think, actually a very appropriate move. I think was
I'm going to go C plus here. I'll go C plus. Is there a grade between a C plus and a B minus?
Nah, unless you make one up. C plus plus or B minus minus.
Give them an 80 overall. Because I think that they got deeper on defense. Not better, but deeper. And granted, I know what my saying, but for free agency sakes, they didn't help the offense anymore. We saw last year, even though it only happened like 1 or 2 times, but when Lamar Jackson was slowed down coming out of the backfield, it showed how important it was to have receivers other than Mark Andrews.
Right. And Calais Campbell, he's going into what year now? It's double digits for sure.
I think it's 32.
So it's a guy who's, he's very productive. I think, like Paul said, he gives a lot of depth. But at what point do we see a turn where, hey, this guy is going to be on a snap count? I think we were kind of at that point for him in his career, in my opinion.
He's 33, by the way. So very close, Paul.
No, I said he was in the league for 32 years.
Never mind. He was he was drafted in 2008.
Oh, careful, Mass. That tequila iced tea combo. It's a burner.
I think it's one of my favorite things to just make Kendall bomb.
Well, that's the entire show.
All right, Mass, what else you got? Hey, how come when Mass goes blacked out, it says TM, but when Mock goes blacked out, it says bag?
I don't know, but the missus is here. Say hi, missus.
Hi, Wesley.
Hi.
Hello.
Stop choking.
Ashley, show your face. I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing?
Paul said, "Show your face." He hasn't seen you in forever.
Where's the camera?
He's right. Well, the camera's right there.
Okay.
He's right there.
Well, I can see him, but he can't see me if I don't know where the camera is.
Well, the camera's right there. It's the blue thing.
Thank you. I realize that now.
Here, hold on.
Please.
Let me turn you up so you can hear them. You guys can talk. She can hear you now. Don't put those on. Those are very loud.
Kyle, let Coach say hello.
Hi.
No.
Please say hi to Rebecca so we can stop whatever this going
Rebecca's
on.
right
Right
there.
left.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I know I've been terrible at this whole being a friend thing, but next time I see you, I have a bottle of Nick Jonas' tequila for you.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's autographed by him. Well,
I'll take it.
What the fuck, dude? Kyle, I have one for you. It's autographed by Adele.
Kyle, where's Coach?
We do not need to see Coach.
Oh,
Coach is warming up this couch.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
currently kissing the male part of my body.
Good to know.
I didn't know Coach smoked cigars.
Mock's like,
So,
don't answer my question. How come when Mass blacks himself out, it says TM for
like
them,
this,
but when Mock blacks himself out, it just says black.
because he's minimized. He's not actually closing out his webcam.
Minimized.
Close out your webcam. I want to see if it says M.
If I had to guess.
I'm going to go urine into a detergent container. I'll be right back.
No, it just
Nope,
says
I was wrong. I don't know.
jackass on it. Oh, there you go.
So, Kendall's going pee.
Kendall.
He's gone already.
Let Rebecca hold it.
No, I'm right here.
So, up next we have the Buffalo Bills. The biggest thing that they did was obviously the Stephon Diggs trade.
Oh, real.
What? So the Stephon Diggs trade was the biggest thing that they did. They added Quentin Jefferson and Vernon Butler to the defensive line as well. So just short up that defense a little bit more. But give Josh Allen a big playmaker down the field.
Tails on the Diggs trade again?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I think it was a 1 of 4 to 7, right?
Hey, Mass, if we give you like the money to get like 6 screens, you could sit in a circle of computer screens. Would you stay home for every show and be like our fact checker?
Yes.
You would have like pro football on one, pro hockey.
I have 3 screens up already, so
Okay, we need a 4th one. Well, you need 2 more. One so you can play Minecraft, and one so you can have hockey.
so I have a TV up there, so that's 4.
Well, no, you still need 2 more because then when we get back in the Monday Night Football, you're going to need the TV football.
All right, so 2 more screens. Got it. Let's see.
Oh crap!
Stephon Diggs trade was Kyle. What'd you say it was?
A 1 of 4 to 7.
Let's see. For a 2020 first round pick, 2020 fifth round, 2020 sixth round, and a 2021 fourth round.
That was close.
A minus.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. The one thing that's keeping Buffalo from being a legitimate contender in the AFC is they have no receiving weapons. They've proven that they can't draft them, i.e. Sammy Watkins. So they went out and got one. And they went out and got one that's going to be very happy that he's the only target on the team. Stephon Diggs is suffering from Antonio Brown syndrome, which is I'm not the only guy getting love on the team. Adam Thielen was getting it. And doing a much better job, just like Juju was against Brown. And except Diggs didn't just, like swear at postal workers. So, I mean, I think Diggs is going to flourish there. I think Josh Allen's mobility only opens up the deep threat for him even more. Diggs has a wicked inside cut step that creates separation. I think that they got the best available receiver option that they could get via trade or free agency. And their defense is already really good. The offensive line is, in my opinion. They still have Singletary, who's a great running back, or a good running back that can get the job done. And they still draft picks to work with. I mean, not out of the draft. I give them an A minus.
They also still have John Brown.
Plus, not to mention the fact, too, that as of right now, the Patriots don't look like they're going to be a great team next year.
No, right now that looks like, and knock on wood for it, right now it looks like the Bills' division to lose after last year.
Right, exactly. And even if the Patriots come back and they do put up 10-6 with Diggs, I think that in that division, the Bills can very easily go 11-1, 12-2, or 12-4. I mean,
Yeah, I can see that. Well, we're going to start speeding through these just because we're running a little bit out of time.
we still have another hour, Miz.
Well, if we wanted to get through all these. Did they sign Elwoods?
Yeah, let's get to the important teams. Let's start off with the Chiefs. They get an F because Tyrann Mathieu looks like 6'9" or whatever the fuck that rapper's name is. Just trash. All right, so let's. What are some teams that did some splashy moves?
So the Chargers were probably one of the biggest splash moves in.
They get a date.
Why is that?
Because I get it. They didn't get the production out of Melvin Gordon. But they let Melvin Gordon and Phillip Rivers walk, and the response to that was Tyrod Taylor.
And Austin Eckler.
There was no There was no plan to go out and do something fancy with having that much freed up cap. They were just like, yeah, we're just gonna ride with the bottom feeders we got.
I mean, I wonder how much of it they were sitting on Tom Brady, gonna make the move. I don't know. There was a lot of speculation. Him landing there. I don't know if any of that was true. They thought he was a done deal and it just didn't come through.
See, I do love what they did on defense. Now they have Desmond King, Chris Harris, and Cameron. Is it Cam Hayward?
I don't know. Do you have his jersey?
Well, and also, what's his face on safety?
Derwin James.
Yeah, lit up the Steelers that time.
So, they have a really good defense. They added to it.
Both yeah, that guy's pretty good. Yeah, it's from Melvin Ingram, too.
Dude, who just naming the guys that they signed?
They didn't sign Bosa. They also did not sign Devin.
Anyway, they have a good defense. So,
that's a shotgun 12 Bourbon Counties.
No.
Oh, my God.
So the defense is a win-now team.
I would watch somebody die if he had to shotgun this.
I was laying in my bed when the Kyle Allen trade came across my phone. I thought it took Keenan Allen, and I was about in 4 steps, I was ready to open a pile of door and then Redskins and Panthers. I read that wrong.
Well, I would agree with you that I don't think that they went into this offseason with much of a plan, but who knows? The draft's a good place to have them start building. They're pretty decent on defense. I mean, not terrible on offense.
Give them a C-. They didn't. I mean, there's still room for them to. No, I give them a D+. Give them a D+. They didn't. They hung up the cleats on Rivers. Hung up the cleats on Gordon. There was no. They didn't get any depth at the running back position because there is a real world possibility that Eckler can't do 16 games of full carries. Their quarterback option is laughable at best. And, I mean, they got better at defense, but, I mean, like, defense isn't going to win you a championship. It's not gonna, it won't get you to the championship. It won't win it, but it won't get you it. Get you to it. So, pun intended for it. I don't know. I give them a D+. They didn't do anything. And, I mean, and there's still question marks, too, because it's like, receiver-wise, they weren't as electric receiver-wise after losing last year, the guy that went to the Raiders. Was Terrell Williams? Terrell Williams. They lost Terrell Williams, so the receiving core wasn't as explosive because of it. And, I mean, Hunter Henry has never been a healthy option.
No, I don't think he's played a full season, has he?
But that's just it. So, I mean, like, on offense, it's just like it's a bunch of question marks and unimproved or non-improved or non-improved plays.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. I give them a straight C because I think they made some good additions. I just don't think that they made additions where it counts.
I put them in the D range because we see. I know that the Chiefs haven't done much in the offseason, but the Chiefs are the reigning Super Bowl champs. The Raiders have made a couple moves, and we've seen the Broncos make a couple. And to me, the Chargers haven't done enough to keep up with their own division.
No.
Yeah. Unless the Chargers are just going to tank for Trevor.
Which, a lot of people are going to be doing that next year.
Right, but you think about it, from an offensive standpoint, they're going to have Keenan Allen wrapped up still for the year after. They're going to have that whole defense wrapped up.
I get it.
It's two totally different things. Like, for example, like a team like, I'm trying to think, a team like the Dolphins, for example, riding it out with, like, doing another year of Fitzpatrick type of thing, like a Fitzpatrick Rosen back and forth. Well, I mean, they're going to probably, that's a bad example. They're going to draft probably 30 years to it. So, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a team, but it's just like there's no person on this planet that's like, well, maybe Tyrod Taylor surprises people. The only way I can be surprised by Tyrod Taylor is if he eclipses 10 pick sixes.
Yeah, the Chargers have been complacent. I give them a C. We've said it all.
But that's enough. We know you love them. Next team.
Next team. Did we say that they had to be not positive moves?
No, just like give us like 3 or 4 free agents flat. Like they did a lot of free agents.
Mark, is that you?
What?
It sounds like a rattlesnake.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's eating M&M minis.
All right, so
That's what it sounds like.
the big moves, I guess, in free agency, a lot of things that happened. The Jaguars.
I give them an NA. They're just building. They're just blowing up shop and starting over.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
They tried twice to recreate the magic that was that AFC Championship game, and it didn't work. And
now they're just blowing everything up.
They're just blowing it up and start. They're blowing it up. They're doing what the Raiders did.
You got
They're gonna blow it up so that they start having some enticing pieces for when they move to London, and then they're just gonna try to, Like, I think we're going to see the Raiders do some serious damage in the next 3 years in terms of the AFC, especially with the seventh playoff spot. I think we're going to see the Raiders make some serious moves. I think they were waiting for Vegas for that. I think Jacksonville's going to wait for London for the same thing.
Jacksonville, to me, is a team that's not done trading.
Well, I mean,
I give them an A just because they're blowing it up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You can't grade a blow up.
Detroit Lions.
D.
Yeah, I mean they're another team that they signed guys, but
D with B plus potential because it's a bunch of Patricia boys. Granted, it's a different scheme. It's a different offense. You're not Bill Belichick. I'm talking to you, Patricia. Patricia did wonders with those defensive guys, but knowing that Belichick was there to correct wrongs and lead the offensive side of the ball as well, or make final calls on the offensive side of the ball. So he's not Belichick, but there's B plus potential because if Matt can come back to form after his back injury, the Lions have been either good defense or good offensive weaponry away from being a decent team. They had a couple good pushes here and there. Stafford will always make sure you're in a game. Stafford will always make sure you're within striking distance. And if he has a defense that can get a fourth down stop, or an offense that can actually convert a third down, then that's a whole different season for the Lions. So I say it's D right now because none of those players are oh wow, that's a game changer. But there's B potential.
Couldn't say it better myself.
All right.
Stafford to the Steelers. Because then
Not a whole lot of other splash teams. We've covered most of the big splash teams. Looking really quickly, I mean, the Raiders signed Marcus Mariota to a backup deal, which I think was a good move.
love it.
The Bucks signed Tom Brady, obviously, and that's going to be scary. What?
Did more moves than that are more known talking about.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Middleton. They signed the linebackers from the Bears.
Don't forget Corey Payton. Nick Witowski to sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, making a joke on the Littleton thing.
I think they signed a receiver too. I think they signed one more.
Let's see. Raiders
Nelson
free
Aguilar.
agency. Yes, that's who it was.
Listen to those fact check fingers move.
Who was it?
Nelson Aguilar.
I gotta tell you, if you were moving your fingers in Ashley like you do on that keyboard, you'd been married 3 years ago. Keith and Kyle.
But
Look at Kyle's fingers. That's a guy who gets it.
I think the two linebackers.
They signed Malik Collins. They signed Carl Nassib. They signed Jeff Heath. They signed Eli Apple. They signed Jason Witten.
Look, here's what they did. They gave the Raiders, in my opinion, they signed guys and are going to draft in a way that they're trying to guarantee themselves the 7th playoff spot.
I can see that.
If you look at it, I mean, here's the deal. Until the Patriots, I don't care if Brady's there or not, because Belichick and Brady go hand in hand in genius terms. I mean, Brady's top 5 all-time in game-winning drive. Belichick, greatest coach of all time. I mean, both of those guys are arguably the greatest in their positions of all time. So they go hand in hand. With Belichick coaching, they still have Josh McDaniels at the helm offensively, which is where they're going to be the biggest question mark this year because Belichick, is going to control things on the defensive side of the ball. The Patriots, until they don't make the playoffs, are a lock-in for the playoffs for me, always. I think it's fair to say. So, even going off of that, you have Patriots, Bills, you have Ravens, you have Chiefs, and then you have somebody who I think is personally going to be the Colts. Because I don't think there's anything scary about the Texans' offense next year at all.
Nope.
Because Deshaun Watson's injury prone, there's no offensive line. Unless David Johnson returns to form, because Will Fuller is hurt all the time, and Kenny Stills is just a deep threat. There's nothing else scary about him. So I think the Colts win that division, the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Bills, the Ravens. I think the Steelers, if Ben can stay healthy all year, is our guaranteed playoff team. Really, outside of that, the Raiders pretty much is their 7th spot to lose. The Chiefs, or the Chargers, we just talked about, don't really think that they're a lock-in for it. The Broncos, we'll see what happens. I'm not sold on the Broncos yet. Their defense hasn't been as good. It's kind of declined steadily year by year. And offensively, they don't really have the receiving weapons that really are game changers.
What about the Titans, though?
I don't know. The Titans, for me, it's a big question mark.
They're a team that could fall flat on their face.
They are, but they're also a team that can make a deep run.
Yeah, but when you make your fucking best defensive player for a 7-round pick, you're a fucking jackass.
They're not a team that can make a deep run. That's just, in my opinion, they're not a team that can make a deep run. They're a team that got hot with a quarterback making mistakes. But now Tannehill's going to have to lead them in a 16-game season, and then the playoffs. Yes, you have to still stop Derrick Henry, but Ryan Tannehill can't do what he did at the end of the season. Ryan Tannehill had a very Nick Foles Eagles type end of the year. He came in, he didn't make mistakes, he led the team deep into the playoffs, and he didn't lose the games for them. But that's the difference. If he didn't lose games, Nick Foles...
He did not win them, though.
Nick Foles won them games when he was on the Eagles side. Now Tannehill has to go out and do... I think Tannehill can lead them to a playoff spot. No, but I don't think that's a place to make a great run.
Here, I'm gonna make Kyle mad real quick. What about the Browns?
The Browns are a big question mark as well for me. I mean, just because Baker played very well his rookie year, he had a very bad sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
I still will not buy into locker room animosity between Odell and the team. I think that him and Landry's connection are stronger than ever, and I don't think Odell is rattled by Baker. Baker hasn't really been going out and doing the Jack Manziel post-conferences. I mean, Baker Mayfield is a very outspoken, very charismatic character, but he's not an asshole.
He's a team guy.
He's not an asshole about it.
He's not.
And so I don't think there's any animosity in the locker room. It's going to be, after serving a suspension, as long as he did, and then most likely missing all team off-season workouts due to this COVID thing, can Myles Garrett return into, football form? Because like we said, there's a difference between being an in-shape athlete and being football shape. You see it all the time. Can Myles Garrett come back to form, and what's the defense going to be able to do? But a lot of it is also going to depend on Baker Mayfield's ability to bounce back from the slump. It's only his third year, so even if he has another bad year, I'm not ready to write him off as a bust quarterback. But,
right.
But this is going to be a big year for Baker and that team. They have Chubb, they have Landry, they have Odell, they have Njoku, and then they signed the tight end, didn't they?
They got, what's-his-face from Atlanta.
I mean, their offense is in a position to put up 28 a game. Easy. It's just going to be a lot of it's going to be relying on Baker and the head coach. And
I can see that.
I think this is as much as I think Fred Kitchens was the wrong hire, I think this is kind of a good deal because now what you're doing is you're bringing in a brand new head coach, and Baker is kind of starting from scratch. So it's almost kind of like you're in a situation where it's like the head coach and the quarterback are on the same page, same playing field. Let's start this together, And then what we're going to see is. I think we're going to see this head coach ride out the rest of Baker's two guaranteed third option on the team's end of it. And then we're going to see if this head coach and this quarterback can get it done. And if they can't, they'll sync together. If they can, they'll swim together.
I think they don't fire this coach after this year.
That's true. As is Brown's tradition. All right, let's talk about one last one. You want to talk about Pittsburgh?
Talk about Pittsburgh.
All right, we're going to talk about two more. Go ahead and talk about Pittsburgh.
They let Roosevelt Knicks go, so they stuck D-.
I was pretty bummed about that.
Has he signed anywhere?
No. Do you follow him on Instagram?
I don't get the
No.
I do.
I don't get it. It doesn't matter. You don't use your fullback. You guys are not a fullback team.
He's in the block.
Okay, every team uses their fullback to block.
That's all they need. They do fullbacks all the time. Roosevelt Knicks was healthy. He was out there almost every possession.
He actually was out in the field a lot.
Not every possession.
Not every possession, no. But
If Kyle's alive, shot.
he was a guy that, will be missed by me.
So what else are you trying to talk about with the Steelers?
They tagged Bud.
Dupree.
They tagged Bud Dupree. They got Derek Bud. They brought in Eric Ebron. He signed the guard.
Mock is asleep.
Stowski, whatever the fuck his name is. And they brought back some of their special teams. They had a very deep draft.
Mark, you falling asleep at your couch right now?
I don't think it's a B. I think it's a C plus.
Listening.
I think C plus is considered average. C plus, right?
Yes.
It's average. I mean, you brought in a younger fullback to do the same thing. I mean, the only reason we brought in this fullback was just because, maybe he'll be healthy the whole time. There's no chemistry thing because it's the Watt brothers. None of that bullshit. It's not going to do anything because they play in percent of the ball, so it doesn't matter. So that was just kind of like a whatever thing. Like, you got younger at a position that doesn't really make that big of a difference. Cool. You brought in Eric Ebron, which I thought was pretty cool because it gives you, in 2 tight end sets, it gives you both a vertical and a possession threat from your tight ends, which is something that's cool. But Ben's not a tight end guy, so
He wasn't earlier.
he wasn't, though. Ben's never been a tight end guy. In his younger career, they used Heath Miller on 3rd and less than 4 situations to move the chains. That's not a tight end guy. That's just being a good game manager. A tight end guy is Patrick Mahomes or Nick Foles. Those are tight end guys that feature tight ends in their offense. I mean, when's the last time you guys had a more than 3-time 100-yard receiver from the tight end position in the year?
Not in a while, but I think to back at what Paul is saying, and I think that it would be as if Ben adapts to the game like he's pretty good at. If Ben can adapt to be kind of being like, hey, let's look at the tight end first, I think Ebron is a nice addition for something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the guard thing was just going to be like, let's see how this plays out. It was an average free agency. They didn't do anything bad. They didn't do anything great.
It's something that they needed.
No, but for me,
Mark, making a lot of noises over there, man.
That was a good burp. I
for me,
needed that one.
The Steelers' biggest free agency question mark is, what the fuck are they freeing up all this cap for and then not using it?
Future?
Saving up for something special.
Every single day, they're restructuring a contract or cutting a guy or whatever, and then they're not using it. They doubled their cap, and then they didn't do anything.
Unless something miraculous is going to happen.
I think they're opening it up to sign budget free. You don't have to open it up. It's such a common misconception. Let's just reiterate this one more time. We're a big sports show, but it seems to be lost all the time. Because Matt brought it up with the whole Todd Gurley thing. The team's cap space, when you look at it on the websites, what website do you go to all the time?
For what?
For cap space.
Sports Track usually. Yeah.
Sports Track, over the cap, all that. Their cap space is entirely based off of who they're going to sign in free agency. Their draft cap is already worked in. That's a totally different number. It doesn't go against that cap number. Because your draft stuff is set in stone when the free agency starts, and then it changes as you acquire picks. So I mean, if you're a team, so let's talk about like Minnesota, for example. Minnesota is going to have to adjust. They're probably going to lose a little bit of the cap money that they had to start free agency at overthecap.com because they acquired a first-round pick. So they're going to have to factor that into it. But that's a pick that they acquired. Their first pick they had when the free agency started, that cap was already set aside and doesn't count. So that has nothing to do with it. A team can go to the draft with no cap and still draft all their players without restructuring a single contract. It's totally different money. It's already set aside. Who's your last team you want to talk about, Mass?
So, we're going to talk about the Bears because they made most of a lot of free agent signings this offseason, or free agent moves. They've released Leonard Floyd. They traded for Nick Foles. Who did you re-sign in the middle?
Trevathan.
Re-signed Danny Trevathan. Kyle Long retired.
Re-signed Deion Bush.
Re-signed Deion Bush.
Brought in pronounce his name.
Yep. So,
Yep.
Bears have made a lot of moves. I don't know yet whether they're the right ones. I'm curious to see what Nagy thinks and what Nagy does with it. I don't think it was. Go ahead.
Can I give you my input? Yes, no?
Yes. No.
So, the thing the thing with the Jimmy Graham,
Jesus.
They signed Jimmy Graham, and obviously they swung and missed on Trey Burton in terms of the health during the contract. I mean, I don't think he even played it down last year, and I don't think he did. I think he was out the whole year last year, and he missed time in his first year as a Bear. So that of course was a swing and a miss. We still have him this coming year. Who knows if he'll be healthy? It depends on what's going on with all this virus shit. The Jimmy Graham thing was a real head scratcher in the beginning because it was like you guys signed him like 10 minutes into like tampering. It was like oh, we had to have this guy. Like I refuse to believe they couldn't.
It was like 10 minutes after they cut him. After Green Bay cut him.
No, but it was. I refuse to believe that they couldn't have waited and got him for less. But as things progressed, and as I've had time to think about it, I'm still very on the fence about it, and more towards the negative side of the fence than the positive. But the reason I think the Jimmy Graham deal happened was because of something we talked about earlier. I think that their plan was always Nick Foles, and Nick Foles likes the tight end. So you can get Jimmy Graham, you can still have Trey Burton. You know, outside of Anthony Miller and Allen Robinson, you're very question mark at best at your receiver position. I mean, Wims is okay, but you can run a lot of two receiver, two tight end, one running back type situations. And if you run a play action with Foles under center, if you have a healthy Burton and a healthy Graham with Robinson and Miller lined up on the outside and Cohen in the backfield, and you run a play action pass, as a defense, you literally do not have a clue where that ball is going to go. Because Foles likes to take his deep shots, he loves his tight ends, and he loves checkdowns. So you don't know. I think that there was interest in Bridgewater. Those reports did come out. But I just think that the interest in Bridgewater was, like, if we can get Bridgewater for dirt cheap, let's do it. But I think once they kind of figured out, you know, like, Bridgewater was probably asking for money similar to what the Panthers gave him. They were like, you know what, no. And again, I saw a report that I don't disagree with. I think the signing or the trading for Nick Foles, I think the reason that was so appealing to the Bears in terms of Matt Nagy was that with this COVID thing, there's a real possibility that we don't see any OTAs and we don't see any mini camps and we don't see any preseason. And Nick Foles is somebody that can come in and run Matt Nagy's offense without having to do any practices. He knows Matt Nagy's offense. He ran it in Philly. He ran it in Kansas City. Doug Peterson's offense wasn't that different than what Matt Nagy's running, just a little less trick plays than Matt Nagy's. Nick Foles can run the offense. He can understand the offense at the same level Matt Nagy's understanding it. Ideally, you want your quarterback to understand your offense better than your coach does. But same level with no practices, I think that's what the Bears were going for. Bridgewater, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton, I think these are all guys that would have been behind the eight ball had they brought him in and they weren't able to do practices and OTAs and mini camps and off-season workouts with the coaching staff and the offense. And what good is it to bring in any quarterback that's not going to be able to know your big one? Even in the backup, because we've seen Mitch go down every year. So it makes sense. I still don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like the cap hit it's taking, and I don't know. I like the Robert Quinn signing. I feel like they again could have gotten him for less money, but I like the Robert Quinn signing. I think it adds a significant amount of depth of the defensive side of the ball. Now you're going to be having, in a standard 3-4 set, you're going to be having Robert Quinn and Akeem Hicks coming off the edges with Eddie Goldman in the middle, and then you're going to be having Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack coming off the edges with the linebackers on a 5-man blitz. It's pretty scary. And so I saw reports that there's actually talks in the Bears front office about they still have enough cap that they could free up to land a Jadeveon Clowney.
Hey, I mean, to me that would make a lot of sense. I think Clowney's looking for a place to kind of make an impact now, and if he can, join up with similar playmakers, I think that's the position he wants to be in.
So it's one of those things. Like I give him a C. I give him a C plus. I give him a C plus with A minus potential. The reason for that being that competition breeds success, and Nick Foles is somebody that Trubisky has to immediately compete with. I don't know that Andy Dalton was somebody that Trubisky would have necessarily had to take on a competition starting job that's serious. Bridgewater would have came in to be the starter, in my opinion. I mean, Foles looks like he's going to be the starter because he can't pay a backup that much money, but he understands the offense. So I'll give it a C plus with A minus potential.
I think that's fair. I mean, who knows? I'm sure, especially as a fan, there's doubt with Foles, but he seems to be a guy who kind of rises to the occasion. Does he hold that? Was he has it down? Perhaps not, but he does make some impact when he's there.
The only thing I don't like about the Nick Foles trade was that they gave up a 4th round pick. I'd rather they had given up a 2nd round pick, to be honest with you.
Just because the way things fall?
The way Ryan Pace drafts in the 4th and 5th round is absolutely absurd. I mean, you look at the players that he's gotten in the 4th and 5th round. I mean, Eddie Jackson was the 4th round pick. Jordan Howard was a 5th round pick.
It's very much the same with us. I agree.
Anthony Miller was a late round. What's his name there that went to Denver last year? The slot nickel corner. Bryce Young was a 4th round pick.
I think Anthony Miller was the 2nd round.
Not Anthony Miller, then Javon Wims maybe. But they drafted a lot of guys that have made big impacts on the team in the 4th and 5th round. Pace does his best drafting in the 3rd through 5th rounds. And I mean, the 2nd round is not a huge swing and miss. Honestly, I think the Bears should trade their 1st round pick every year. I think the Bears should try to trade their 1st round pick for like the 4th, or 5th, and a 6th every year.
Okay.
So, anybody anything else like to add before we take a break?
No, I think we were pretty thorough.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, Rooney, so can look at the piston detergent container. Mock's out cold. And,
No, I'm back.
No, he's dead. We'll see you guys on the other side of the break when we talk NBA rule changes.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys then.
G Suite helps my team work smarter and faster. For example, I can open a new document and start collaborating in seconds.
Rebecca, are you busy? Don't have work tomorrow. You don't have work tomorrow.
What is going on over there?
What are you drinking, Paul?
What?
What are you drinking?
Going to Toronto. No beer from iced tea. You can have bucket.
When Souls gets back, sure.
Yeah. Mike looks like he just got done from
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
He's not paying attention.
It's all right. We're back.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk.
Whoa.
It's all the same. Listen, it's a learning process. We're coming through. Who knows? During that entire break, maybe they heard everything you guys said. I don't know. So,
I guess we'll figure that out.
well,
But
only Spreaker.
right now we're back.
What? Yes, I'm fine.
The good folks at
I'm not doing anything. I'm moving.
the good folks at Podbean won't care. This will be edited out. But yeah, we're back. Final hour of Getting Sports with a Drunk. I'm on to my fourth beer of the evening. Well, actually, my third, technically. I doubled up on one.
Oh, what one are you drinking right now?
From the Riddler collection is what else is new?
Surprise.
I have an SPF here. I've
Latimer Red Baron.
I've yet to have one, so I don't know. God, what the hell do you got? Kind of looks like a sandwich that he's dipping in a sauce.
No.
It's a mayonnaise sandwich.
Mayonnaise?
mayonnaise and peanut butter.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
Good God.
That sounds awful.
It was better than what he had last night.
What did he have last night?
Mayonnaise and marmalade.
Ooh, so an aristocrat.
I'd almost rather have the mayonnaise and peanut butter.
Well, neither of them are true, so.
It's funny. It's really tough to defend mayonnaise, but it's hilarious that Kyle doesn't like mayonnaise of all the other stuff that he does like. So it's like, how do you battle Kyle in the mayonnaise conversation and not sound like an idiot? It's like an automatic win for him.
All right, we're back though. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed I can't find it.
This is what a soft snack sounds like.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, you cut out.
No, it's not important.
It's slightly important. It's important to me.
So loud. Was that your phone that buzzed? Somebody hears phone that buzzed. That was loud as hell.
I was hoping there was some.
Maybe. Rebecca, your phone is loud as hell.
Sorry.
So,
Don't be sorry, just do better. All right. Well, so what were we getting into this session?
Your thing.
Oh, we're going to talk about NBA rules to change.
Yeah.
All right, so we're continuing my segment for the month of March. We're going through sport a week and coming up with rule changes that we're going to pitch to the rest of the group, and basically rules along the lines of things that we think would make the sport better or more entertaining for newer people to watch.
Woodball.
Wood puck. So this week we decided that we would go with the NBA. Does anybody want to kick us off?
Yeah, I think the Nets should be banned from using that gray court.
The Nets use a gray court? The Nets play on a gray court?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's just like Boise State football field.
Kyle and I almost went there.
No, you didn't.
We did. We
You
did.
didn't go there. Did you even apply?
We did.
No, you didn't.
We're kind of not even the right symbol.
Oh my god! And this guy looks like he's been like sleeping in a washing machine for half his life. It just comes on quick. His camera's frozen.
Yeah, Mark Seymour Hoffman over there. Oh, he lost his internet there.
Did he pop Funko Pop Wi-Fi?
Yeah, he's somewhat back. Still frozen,
Is it
though. I think he can hear us. He just can't respond.
I'll tell Mock to suck less.
He's back. Yep, I just saw his eyes.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. You
Now,
missed
hold
it.
on. Were you staying still the whole time?
Yes.
Oh.
I knew you were keeping it out.
Perfectly.
Because you have the fear of a ho-ho getting stuck in there.
All
All right, so changes. All right, so Mass, do you have one to start since it's your segment?
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and start. I think that you should be able to make a 4-pointer if you shoot from beyond half court.
It's whatever.
I mean, I'd be hard pressed to see someone hate versus support. It's kind of in the middle. Like if you did it, great, but it's not like a game-changing thing. It happens if it happens.
So my thing against it is that it affects more than just people taking a 4-point shot. Like someone having to do a buzzer beater on an inbounds pass at the end of a quarter with like a second left, and like they don't have a choice; they just have to heave it. So you like get 4 points for that. Like especially like imagine like going into the like end of the third or the fourth, and they just huck a full court thing and it goes in for 4 points.
Right, it's not a strategy. It's just kind of like
right.
I don't personally like it.
Why? Hail Marys work in the same fashion.
What?
Hail Marys work in the same fashion.
But it's still it's a standard point. It's a touchdown. It's not like you get 9 points for that.
Hey, so quick segment for NFL next week.
I'm against it because I just think it would. I think we would ruin what the little team aspects of the sport are. Then you'd see people like Trae Young and Steph Curry. I mean,
who would just be doing it all the time?
Here, let's ask the person who doesn't care about sports at all. You don't care about basketball at all. Huh?
Since when?
Since ever. Do you think that if we change the rules to allow for 4 points if you shoot from the half court line, that would be a good thing or a bad thing?
No, there's no point.
Okay, so she says no point, so that's out.
Is Ashley the best fucking thing that's ever happened to any of us?
Well, you're not wrong. Paul said you're the best thing that happened to any of us.
Okay. Thanks.
So, all right. Wife says it's out. It's out.
All right. So I think the travel should be 4 steps instead of 2. Since it's basically a thing anyway now.
Yeah, but then it'll be 6 steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Just walk with the ball.
It'd be funny to see a guy glide through the fucking half court.
Here's the thing with the travel thing. I don't think it should be 4 instead of 2. I just think there needs to be more definition about what a travel
Right,
is.
100%.
There's like because if you take the ball and you take a step and like you're taking the step on the like you bounce the ball down, you take the step, then the ball starts coming back up from the ground. You catch it in the middle of another step. That's not considered sometimes by some refs it's considered part of your 2 steps. By some it's still considered part of the transition of the dribble. There needs to be a more black and white definition of it. Like when the ball's coming up, it's no longer a dribble, only on the ball going down. Or like 2 steps when the ball's in your hands. You know, there needs to be a more definite. It's not as liberal as the pass interference call, but it's probably the closest thing in sports.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp as Paul.
A player will take a dribble, and as the ball's coming up, they'll take their first step back. They'll touch the ball, and then they'll take 2 steps back. James Harden is the most notorious for it, but other players do it as well. So they take the first step back on the ball coming back up, and then they take 2 more steps. So it looks like they take 3 steps without ever dribbling the ball. And then they wonder why people don't get called for the travel. Well, some refs call it, and some don't. The majority don't, but some do. There are games where James Harden gets nabbed for that 4 or 5 times in the game. So I think there's a little bit more definitive answer.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So as Kyle's put it forth, no, I don't think that we should increase the amount of steps per travel.
I don't think there needs to be an increase in steps. There needs to be more definition.
Right.
Get rid of dribbling. Just get rid of dribbling.
I think to Kyle's point, it's like they're not going to call it anyway, so why not? But you know.
So, all right, that's Souls. Mock, did you do any homework?
I think that you should be allowed to dribble with both hands.
Are you not allowed to do that?
No.
I mean like both hands at the same time.
Are you not allowed to do that?
But how would that help you in any circumstance?
I just think it looks a lot cleaner. I like it.
I mean, it looks a lot cleaner if you're Johnny Knoxville here.
Like I think it'd be I don't know. I would like to see like a guy on like a fast break do a nice little 2-handed like dribble up to a dunk. I'm in.
Yeah, while in a potato sack race simultaneously. Is what he's looking for.
So hold on, less about mocks because that's a no. But why are you not allowed to do that in the first place?
It's a double dribble.
I understand that it's a double dribble. Why are you not allowed to do it? What is the point of outlawing that?
Well, think of how hard it would be to do that, like in gameplay. Like, what? There's nothing really to be gained by doing it.
Right, but why? So nobody would ever do it. Why is it illegal?
I don't know. It's just one of those things.
You can't stand there and hold the ball and take off again.
We're not talking about traveling. We're talking about double dribble.
She's right, you know.
Yeah. Same thing.
She's right.
So you're telling me that I can't just stand there and move forward like this?
No, because you'll be an asshole.
But that's not a reason to outlaw it.
You're right, but it's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm out.
My ruling is no on that.
Well, that's why you're wrong.
So take that.
So, Mock, do you want to jump into your segment of
wait,
hold
on. Paul, what are you saying?
There is an instance which you can catch the ball and you can put it down. You can dribble it down to the ground with 2 hands. You can do it once, and it's called the power dribble. So if you have, like, for example, if you have a center that's coming up to the top of the key to set a pick and then cuts backdoor down the lane, and the wing player passes the ball to him, he can, if he catches the ball with both hands, he can dribble it down to the ground with both hands one time to avoid a travel, and then come back up with it and catch and dribble it. Like, but that rule works for anything. So, like, if I throw the ball across the court to somebody on the perimeter and they catch it, they can bounce it down with one hand, but then they need to keep dribbling it with one hand.
So the other side is, imagine if you have to dribble with both hands.
That would
like
be
that's
UNBA.
It would be hilarious.
It would slow
you
down
look
the
like
game.
a bunch of baby deer running on a fast break.
Well, here's the thing: the reason the double dribble is because it's more of a unfair deception per se. Because if you're dribbling it with both hands, then there's no there's no connotation for what you're doing. So essentially, it's like you're dribbling it Because a double dribble, the same thing would be like if you're dribbling with your right hand, when it comes up, you take it and you transfer it to your left hand, and then you start dribbling it. That would be a double dribble.
Okay.
It's a continuous flow of dribbling. It's just the way it works. It's how the rule is.
It's weird. I vote no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm going to know for like 30 minutes.
Kendall?
I've always been infatuated with goaltending, and
I vote no.
That should be allowed. I like plays at the basket where there's like interference, because there's scenarios where I feel like in the sport where it just makes it more interesting if it's more combated at the basket in the air. I understand, but I don't know. I just think it provides a new part of the game.
So I was doing a little bit of research earlier in the week into this, and I agree with you. That was actually going to be one of my things. International basketball teams have a rule for goaltending. Once it hits the rim, it's fair game. You can do whatever you want.
No.
And
It's false.
would you like to correct me?
I think in international it's that way.
No, it's the cylinder rule. It's the cylinder rule. So, because in the NBA, once it hits the rim, it's free game too, to an extent. So, the reason I won't agree with the goaltending rule is exactly what Kyle just said. If somebody shoots a jump shot from the three-point line, all you have to do is, if you're fucking Boban, you just stand at the rim, you just jump up in the air and slap it out before it ever hits the rim. So that would just be absolutely stupid.
All right.
The thing I do like what the international rule is, which is the cylinder rule. So you have to imagine, which in all sports, it's hilarious that in all sports there's imaginary things. Imaginary strike zones, imaginary first down markers.
So here's the actual rule reading from the International Basketball Association. No blocking a ball in a downward flight towards the rim. Once the ball strikes the rim, any player can play the ball.
Right, but the cylinder rule is...
There is no cylinder rule. That's it.
The cylinder rule is what's in effect for the NBA.
Right. I'm saying to adopt the international thing.
Right, but what I'm saying is, yeah, but you said that in the NBA once it hits, you said it in a way that in international, if it hits the rim, you can do whatever you want. In the NBA, you can't, which is true.
Right. So the NBA has the cylinder rule.
In the NBA, if it hits the rim and it goes straight up in the air and the ball is still in the cylinder of the basketball hoop, the imaginary cylinder, you can't touch it. You can't even do a putback slam because it's offensive goaltending. That, I think, should be eliminated. I think if you're an offensive player that's in a position to be able to jump up and take a ball that's still in the cylinder, that's rattling around in the rims and slam it in for the guaranteed points, you should be allowed to do that.
I think defenders should be able to swat it out.
I think there should be tackling in the NBA.
Introduce those floor trampolines.
Oh, you're talking about...
So, I mean, like I said, that was my thinking. It's like, the offense has an opportunity to kind of, make a play on that while in the air. I think the defense should have a somewhat equal opportunity. I just think it would be fun. I think it would change basketball strategy a little bit.
I would agree. I vote yes to that.
So, that was my thinking. I've always liked the idea of that rule being changed. But I'd be curious, how you guys feel about it. If it's too traditional to change or what?
No.
I think a rule change should be that offensive fouls don't count towards your team foul.
Could you elaborate? I mean, I kind of understand, but I don't fully.
So, after 5 team fouls, the opposing team shoots 2 free throws every time they get fouled, even if it's in a non-shooting situation. So if you've accumulated 5 fouls in the first 12 minutes or first 10 minutes of the quarter, the last 2 minutes, every foul is 2 free throws. Even if it's something like a reach-in, when the ball's coming up the court. Now that I don't have a problem with. You committed the fouls, and there's a penalty for that type of thing to commit too many fouls. But I think that if you're on the offensive side of the ball and you're trying to set a screen and you get called for an illegal screen, that shouldn't count towards your team fouls. I think team fouls would be a strictly defensive category.
All right.
Because on the offensive side of the ball, very rarely are you on the offensive side of the ball. Are you doing something illegal in an attempt to score the bucket? The only way that that's really is offensive goaltending we just talked about, or like when players are like pushing like stiff arming guys to the ground. But like when a defender or when an offensive center is coming up to the top of the key to set a pick for his point guard and gets called for an illegal screen, it's just usually the point guard started moving before the screen was set. So the center got nailed with an offensive, an illegal screen, and then that counts as a team foul. And I don't think that's going to be counted as a team.
I would agree with that, but I'm still of the mind that the goaltending should adopt the international rules. I don't like the cylinder.
Anybody else have any rule changes?
I have a couple, but the two of you haven't gone yet.
Who?
You and Kyle.
I went. I just said mine.
I said mine too.
What was yours, Kyle?
The traveling thing.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Listen. I'm not paying attention. I think that it would be fantastic to do the NBA playoffs where you seed the playoffs 1 through 16, no matter the conference. Just top 16 teams get seeded, like the end.
I don't like it either.
You're just going to see the same 16 teams every year.
Watch the other teams get better then.
I don't give a shit. I'd rather see the Hornets than the fucking Jazz.
There's more. It eliminates the whole upset.
Look at the 18 never given. Like even now, like the 8 seed's not going to be the 1 seed. The 16 definitely going to be the fucking 1 seed.
Right.
Well, at the time, like maybe like we're saying that the 16 seed is the fucking king. They're going over the Bucks. Or like in the playoffs, it's the Kings and the Lakers. That's not fun.
Right. I think the only appealing factor in eliminating divisional playoffs and having an entire league-wide playoffs is that you would get the off chance of seeing something like a Clippers-Lakers finals. But I don't care enough about that.
What about teams that coast during the regular season?
That what?
That coast during the regular season because they know that they're going to beat anybody that they're going to go up against in their conference. Like, down... Huh?
No, not the Lakers. The Clippers. Like the Bucks.
The Cavs did it when LeBron was there.
The Bucks still play hard.
But the Cavs just coasted during the regular season because they knew nobody was going to threaten them.
Like the Clippers, their stars every other night. It's fucking annoying.
Right. But the thing though is that, the thing is though is like even when shit like that happens, we still see upsets all the time. It's the thing in terms of playoff seeding, the thing that the NBA needs to either adapt or get rid of is that the NBA has divisions for some reason, because that means nothing. I mean, like you play the team in your division more than you play any other team in the league, but being the best team in your division doesn't get you anything.
Right.
It doesn't get you a bye. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't guarantee. It doesn't even guarantee you a playoff spot. Because in theory, you could be the best team in the Heat's division, but if 4 teams in the North and 4 teams in the Central are better than you, you don't get a playoff spot. So they need to. I think what they should do is I think they should reseed the NBA and they should adapt the NHL's playoff style. I think the NHL has the best playoff style.
Or all 32 teams make it with 30-team bracket.
Well, it would be It would be all 30 teams. It would be the top 26 teams make it, and then 27, 28, 29, and 30 each play. Like 27 play 30, 28 play 29.
Single elimination.
Single elimination.
I'm
And
just
then
saying,
it would be top 28. You're talking about the Spencer Dinwiddie.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you get to a 32 bracket, the math doesn't work out.
Well,
you can't have buys in a bracket.
So you do. The 16 teams make it.
So I just talked about doing a bracket, and you told me no, but now you're trying to do another bracket?
Kyle wants to do a 2018 triple elimination bracket. He wants to do basketball rules, basically. Where the playoffs start in June and they end next July.
Okay.
It plays that June.
Yeah, he wants the finals to be going on during the start of the next regular season.
God, could you imagine?
Another thing that was cool is like you do a 16 game, like the best 16 team, they go to the playoff, then the fucking 14 other teams duke it out for the 1 seed.
Literally everything I just said, but that last part.
Yeah, well, that's what I fucking meant, you dick.
Well, the other thing too is like I would be more apt to seeing an NBA playoff that is geared more towards like the first and second round are 5-game series, and then the semis and the finals are 7-game series.
Instead of taking three-day breaks, just fucking play one game.
The NBA playoffs take way too long. The NHL playoffs take just as long, but they don't feel like it.
Right.
I think that the NBA playoffs, I think that there'd be more room for upset because you see a lot of times where you see a team come out and they take a 3-2 series lead on the 1 seed, and then they can't close it out in the 2 extra games. But if it was a 5-game series, maybe 2 would win it.
Right.
And there'd be more excitement. There'd be more tune-ins, in my opinion, because you see a lot of series in the NBA playoffs every year get to 2 and 2.
Rebecca, what are you doing?
The team wins it 4 and 2, and like if the 1 seed goes up 3-2, no one gives a shit about Game 6. But if it's 2-2 and it's the 1 versus the 8, people are going to watch that Game 5 because it's a must situation. The NHL playoffs, in my opinion, are the best playoffs in the sport.
Major sports.
Major sports.
All right, so 16-team bracket, yay or nay?
No, I think the NBA playoffs should stay the way they are in terms of 8 from each conference. And I think what they should do is they should eliminate the 3 divisions and make 2 divisions. And then the way it would work would be you'd have 2 divisions in the East. You'd have like a North and a South or something like that. You can call it whatever you want. And then the top 3 teams in each division make it. And then there's 2 wild cards from the East. And then the 2 wild cards play the 2 1 seeds. And then the 2 and 3 seeds from each division duke it out.
All right. Kyle, yay or nay to that?
I said nay.
What I just said.
Oh, yay.
Kendall.
I think Paul's breakdown makes better sense.
Bach.
Yes.
He's sleeping.
Okay. Bach.
I've been asleep since the wood ball comment.
Speaking of wood ball, Bach, would you like to talk about the wood ball for basketball?
Well, so wood ball would be tough. You'd have to get a real soft wood and probably cork it.
Here's the other thing, too. It'd be really, really annoying if I'd bounce a wood ball on a wood cork.
But I could definitely see the merit in why we do need it.
Go ahead, tell us.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But the
I'm a bit of an idiot myself. I need you to explain it to me.
Well, listen, you're one of our esteemed hosts here. We all know what you are.
If I could help him out, as soon as you said merit, I thought of craftsmanship in the American spirit. And I think that's all I needed to hear about adaptation.
Exactly. So if you could go ahead and lock in that yes vote.
When he said merit, I thought of Narragansett.
My thought exactly.
All right. Yay or nay vote?
No.
Wood ball?
You guys are just afraid of it.
I will adapt to cork ball.
On a separate note, I'd like a true bouncy ball.
Perfect.
That's pretty much
basketball size, though.
I think every game should not be played as a regular game. It should all be just course.
Just forget
Is that an
basketball
actual rule
together.
change that you're proposing or no?
Here's a rule change that's both ridiculous but somewhat intriguing. Eliminate dead ball substitutions and do it the way hockey does it.
And just run out onto the court as...
Where you have to wait for, like, so if the Lakers are running 5-on-5 against, the Jazz, like they would have to wait for Danny Green to cross completely off of the court before LeBron could run on. But LeBron could run on in transition. You can do it up to the coach's chair on each bench, which is the furthest towards the mid-court line on either bench. And so you can get a running start if you want, whatever you want. But you have to enter the court by the coach's chair, otherwise it could be a penalty or whatever. Another thing would be cool because you could get a too many men situation where you wouldn't play a man down because that would be ridiculous. But like you could just be like a flagrant one where you get like a free throw on the ball.
Yeah, I always felt that one sport should adapt to the other. I always liked that. Like, to me, it just made sense.
Also, I think that's another cool rule change that they could technically make. I think they should eliminate the whole flagrant 1, flagrant 2 thing and just make a flagrant foul be an ejectable offense. And other than that, it's just 2 points. It's just 2 free throws. Because I hate the whole, like, we have to watch it in slow-mo and see if there was malicious intent. And it just anytime you incorporate personal judgment, it creates unnecessary speculation of the finish of an event. So you have something happen in the middle of the fourth quarter, and a player gets ejected for it. We've seen it happen with players like DeMarcus Cousins, where a player gets ejected, a legitimate, like back when he was a King, a legitimate game difference maker for that team, get ejected on what the refs thought might be a flagrant 2 or a flagrant 1, and then it completely changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah.
Maybe adapt a more NFL-style policy to it, where it's like you get a personal foul and 2 personal fouls causes an ejected.
I could agree with that.
Kyle, you got anything else?
Nope.
Kendall?
Nope, I think we covered a lot of stuff.
So, this one's a little bit silly, especially seeing as the NBA, I think a lot of people would say fixed the All-Star game this year. Certainly from the general consensus that I've gathered is that the game was much more enjoyable than in many years past. Players certainly tried a lot harder, it seemed like, than in past years. However,
Turn your camera on.
We got here Michael Scott showing the both Rams logos.
Paul, can you send that to me?
I'll put it, yeah.
Or you could just add a new Instagram group with me in it. So how much fun would it be if, for the NBA All-Star Game, I understand that the reason that they do it the way now is so that they can come up with like team strategy and everything like that and synergize. How fun would it be if they just did it like a pickup game style? And did the draft like live right before the game, just like you're with me, and then just fucking ran it.
I like the way they do it. I don't see that way. Like the pickup style would be cool. Would they keep the game the way it was?
Yeah, I would say so.
I can get on board with that.
So, I mean,
It's very much just gives the feeling of a home pickup game. There's no strategy in it. You just grab the guys that you think you'll do the best with. It's literally pick your team right then and there. Let's go.
Wait, for All-Star we're talking? Or
yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, if they were talking like every single game, like, well, that's like a logistical nightmare. But yeah, I can get down with that.
The whole league is here.
Yeah, break up. Your game starts at 7:30. The NFL tried that for like a hot minute. Remember, they like, it's fantasy football for real. Jerry Rice's team, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago, and it was terrible.
Right, and like it was like slightly fun, but not that much fun for it to like be a long-standing thing. I think basketball kind of has a better. It makes more sense for that because you just like the fundamentals are the same. You don't. You kind of just you go and play. You know, with the NFL, they're still like, okay, we still have to have a week-long practice.
Yeah.
And run plays that won't matter for your next season.
Here's the rule change we've been missing for all of them. So let's eliminate from all sports. Let's eliminate contracts, right? Eliminate contracts, and we'll make 6 or 7 tiers of pay. So let's say we make 6, right? So 6 would be like the bottom would be like role player pay or like filler pay. 5 would be role player pay. 4 would be service pay. 3 would be contributor pay. 2 would be like star pay, and 1 would be elite pay, something like that. Where like the elite pay would be like, let's just call it for the NFL would be, $22 million a year, regardless if you're considered elite at quarterback or elite at like guard, whatever. And then what we do in every sport, basketball, we come up with the contract thing. Every year, the all 32 or 30 or 31 in the NHL state, all the league owners sit down with the leagues, and they go through player by player for the entire league, and they rank every player on a vote where they fall into the category, and that's how they make their pay. And then every single year we do a fantasy draft for every sport.
It's intriguing.
What, Mass? Can't hear you.
Are you muted, Mass?
Would be pretty interesting.
What the hell did you just do? Hit like a pilot button in your cockpit? You like reached over and flipped a switch, and all of a sudden I could hear.
I'm telling you, he's got like a secret laboratory that he's broadcasting out of.
Yes, a secret laboratory indeed.
Pants and sleeping the whole podcast. Let's do some beer reviews.
Mock?
Anybody else has anything they want to chime in on?
I think anytime I miss a 3-pointer in Archeo,
Every drop pass is a last ride from the Undertaker. And in hockey, if you take a shot and don't hit the goal, you get immediately 3 deep through a table on ice.
Uh.
What's the other missing? Oh, MLB. Every time you strike out looking, you get F5 on the pitcher's mound.
Jesus Christ. I'd pay to watch that.
Fake smell. That wouldn't hurt. Well, I mean,
pull it back before you get to up.
As you get checked, it's not going to be obviously it's going to get every game. So, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Yes, don't get on so much. You might find a cock in your mouth by accident.
Beer reviews, Mock.
So, the Red Dog is the king, and that's all that it needs to be said.
Okay.
I feel like his whole thing has been like pre-recorded that he did it like noon today, and like he hasn't even on the podcast. Like it's just like a thing that he timed out like somewhat perfectly.
Kendall's pushing buttons. It's a soundboard.
That's right. This show never even really occurred.
What'd you have? Kendall, what'd you have?
All right, I had 3 beers tonight. I started with the Violet Ray, and I wrote Violet Ray in my book right off the bat, so that's a good start for me. Brewed by Relic, 7.0%. Amber in color, aroma and flavor is citrusy, earthy, more of a floral. Was okay, typical IPA, not super tasty. It was kind of a bittery hoppiness, but it didn't have any like lasting flavor. 2 stars, maybe would get again. I switched over to Shebeen or Shebin. I don't know what the hell you call their brewery out of Wolcott, Connecticut. Haven't figured it out yet. 4.8%. Coppery in color. It's a sour. I like sours, so the flavor and aroma is kind of that skunky, soury taste. It didn't taste like blueberry at all. It was fine, but I wouldn't. 2 stars, doubtful would get it again. And I closed with the SPF from Goose Island, Illinois, 5.5%. I don't think I've ever had this beer that I could ever remember. Golden color, aroma and flavors, earthy floral. It wasn't bad. It oddly reminded me of like if yogurt was a beer, it would be this beer.
What kind of yogurt?
Strawberry. It's a passion fruit flavor, but I mean I don't have the ability to decipher what that means. 2 stars, maybe would get again. Those are my beers.
So I had the silver can from the Goose Island packet. Next Goose packet. Can't read that here. Like I said last week.
Okay, you just can't read it.
No, because the cans in the garbage in the boxes over there.
And you can't read.
You look ridiculous.
Listen here, Sharpie head.
So the beer was very tasty, tropical, so I like it. Then had the IPA, very tasty, very good, very standard. Both get it again. They topped the notch of my beers. Well,
I had the Goose Island Bourbon County 2019 edition. Just great as always. This one is definitely a boozier style. Could definitely benefit from 2+ years in Cage. Obviously, you'll hear about that in 2 years. And then I finished off with a garage-style lager from Goose Island. And I had that last week, reviewed it. Pretty good. Get it again. Delicious. Real quick, I just want to put this out there. I'm just going to list, so they put the top 15 since forced fumbles by player started being recorded in '93. We kind of talked about this on the show. The only players that are above Charles Tillman's forced fumbles since they've been recorded are Robert Mathis, Julius Peppers, John Abraham, Dwight Freeney, and Jason Taylor. And and Tillman's within 8 of all of them. I mean, you look at people like Ray Lewis isn't even on this list.
Wow.
I mean, I still think that Tillman should be in the Hall, but that's just me.
I don't think he's up yet.
He's not, but I still think...
I think Charles Tillman will make it to the Hall of Fame. He won't be the first ballot guy, but I think he'll make it.
Yeah, I think he will too.
Dodry has a name move named after him.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
In case people were sleeping through most of this podcast, where could they find us?
Well, once you wake up, you head over to Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's catching the coronavirus or drinking a Modelo with your friends.
Subscribe on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Find us live on Spreaker. Be sure to check out all the other shows on PPRN. We
4
got
shows total.
Yeah, new 4th show. Kendall, what's the name of it?
I think it just goes by the Joe Antonio show.
So we got Joe Antonio, you got the 4 Live Crew, and the Peter Pino Show. Check it out.
Drunk, your favorite.
Well, that goes without being said.
And for you guys keeping score at home, GSWD is the longest running sports show on the PPRN radio network.
Yes, it is.
So keep that in mind. The best of the best because we're the best, and you can get punched in the face because we're the best.
Okay. We're also live on Spreaker.
That's right.
And now on Twitch.
Yeah!
How much money did we make?
We didn't.
Yeah, well then screw off, Mass.
Did we make money from Spreaker?
You now owe me a Chili's gift card for your determined amount.
Yeah.
Can I make it that you owe me, give you a negative amount so you have to pay me for it?
No. I get a positive amount, no matter how minimal it is.
All right, so a cent?
A cent. And I heard,
Oh, yeah. We don't own the rights to this music.
So, real quick before we sign off, does anybody know one of the chairman who just came out and announced that the Olympics was postponed? His name is
Pound?
Yeah.
I think the top 10 greatest song of all time.
Kyle, I thought you were going to say greatest names of all time. And that
Yeah,
was
I did
a really
too.
funny thing.
They don't own the right to this one either.
So,
sing us out, Billy.
Until next time, I guess.
Hey, I'd like to start calling him Robbie Ray Cyrus.
If we wanted to, we could do this all the time.
Richard Ray Cyrus. But until then, I'm your host, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
Remarkable.
Nope.
Couch Potato Soul.
I'm the Mouse Chris Massey.
And I'm the Red Baron of a rat.
Rat. Alright, good show, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.